The Democrats are in chaos right now, and they have no common sense. You know, they have one quality that's amazing. They stick together. And it's hard
I
because they
think
stick together.
I'm gonna tell you, I
policy
opened this
like
Iron
men,
Condor
women,
that's
women's
skewed
sports, open borders for everybody,
about an hour
including
ago, and guess what? We've gone
murderers
absolutely
and
nowhere.
Anybody else that wants
It's up 35%.
Come in murders. You know why they do that? They do that for a couple of reasons, but they do it for votes because they think they're going to vote for the Democrats. Even though I did great with the Hispanic vote, tremendous with the Hispanic vote. You know, I turned that whole thing around. The Hispanics like me, and I like them. And you know, it's interesting with Hispanics.
What's up, guys?
At the wall, everybody said, "Oh, that's
What's
going
up,
to
Casey?
Up?
ruin us for the Hispanic." It was just the
Casey, you
opposite.
open any
They
spreads?
know
Come on, tell me.
No, I didn't.
immigration, and they know all about death and crime.
I thought
one on,
about
like-
it
People, and they have
at
They
11:30,
wanted
but
to
there
be
wasn't enough
protected
juice
from
in the
the people that
premiums.
were
I think I was a little bit too
coming
late to the party.
So, you know,
I went tighter.
Very tremendous Hispanic.
I put
I
this
thought
on
about
as,
selling
Out of the way
6600s
So,
upside and then 64, I think 60s for
party of
downside.
cons.
I could get like $50 on the premiums, but
Democrats are a party of.
That's a lot of tail risk. I did 64.90,
If I didn't win this
64.75,
election,
and then 65.85.
But
But I have
yeah.
I have an iron fly that's up at like 65.85 as well, so it's kind of a hedge against that. But it's up
Yeah.
right now. It's up
I believe-
almost
and by the way,
40% now.
Gavin Newsom,
nice. You see what I just tagged you in the server?
who I
I'm gonna
believe
go back
he
and look.
took himself out of the running when he says he suffers from mental disability.
I think Trump.
And a reporter said it was terrible that I talked that way about somebody with mental disability. I
We've
said,
been
I'm sorry,
having
I didn't
stand-up
mean to-
comedy hour over
"I
here
don't
for a
want
little bit.
person with mental disability."
Casey, have you been watching this? Dude,
You
he's
don't
had
want a person
he's had
with
some
mental
bars today.
disability.
He's in a bad mood, but he's had some bars.
I've been watching the
Wow,
headlines for a
that's
reason.
today.
You can't do
Uh,
Casey,
That's-
that's today.
And then
that's
Oh no,
from-
that's from yesterday.
That's from back half of the session yesterday, the last 2 hours, last night, and then
Last
this
night.
morning.
interview
Yeah.
I've ever seen
Wow.
anybody give.
That's my biggest P&L in a 24-hour period ever trading.
So I believe he's out of the running. I think
That's insane.
that statement, that interview.
That's awesome.
he
You did. You
admitted
nailed that
he's a
short this morning, right at the top.
I don't
That was
want
the
a
spot.
stupid person
Yeah,
to be
that was a
president.
good
You know,
one.
I'll say it right now.
That
I'll
was
say it
nice.
because don't
I
trust
wanted to
him.
get in there. I didn't get filled. I had
the only
limits at
president that ever
22
took
up to
a
like
cognitive
24, and I
I took it.
I don't
So
know, I could've got
I
back in, I just
almost
didn't do it.
waited.
Actually very
I
high
almost
test for a
waited
lot
for
of
SPY
people.
to go
Doesn't work
over
for me.
655 and then
It's
enter.
a cognitive
And
test.
something
Also,
told
an easy
me,
question.
like, just get my foot in the door and start scaling into it right here instead of trying to pick it. I had the orders up there if it hit, but I had to get in somewhere. And luckily, I mean, I did.
I aced
Caught the
it
move
all
down,
three
but-
times in front of numerous doctors that I have no idea. Who
It
they
was
are, who-
tricky
who
this
they are.
morning and it took forever.
And I was told when I went in, they said, Doc Ronnie told me this. My current doctors were fantastic doctors. They said, well,
I'm short Apple from
take it. You know,
257.
it's Walter Reed. It's essentially a public hospital.
Also
If you do
sold
that,
a
he's
call credit
probably
spread
gonna
for
get
next
out.
week on
But
it.
I aced it. I got them all right.
would you sell the
And one doctor
265
said, "I've never
I
seen
did.
anybody
Yes, sir.
Get them all right. I've been doing the
Makes
test
sense.
for 20 years.
below the fit?
I want
265,
people- I would
275.
love to see anybody that's a
265,
president or a vice
270.
president, or anybody that
A
has
little
any,
small. I also shorted
chance
Marvell
of
at 100
being a
this morning.
president.
I might
I would
take a
like
trim
to
right
see
here,
them
actually.
take a cognitive test.
Tell me you
Confidential.
can't. Tell me you don't sell puts
That had
puts
no
in Meta.
clue.
I know,
Like the-
right?
And let me give you
Like
another
I want to
secret.
sell the
He
480s.
wasn't
Like
a
just
smart man 30 years
30
ago.
days out, I'm gonna sell the
I'll tell you
480s. If
about
I get put to the
President
stock, so
Obama.
be it.
He wasn't a smart
I'll
man.
take. I'll own stock
I
at
know
that
all
level.
about him. He wasn't a smart man. Highly overrated.
Let me look at
He was
these.
a great divider.
They got to be so
And
juiced.
our country can't go through that anymore. Can't go through. We
Yeah, the
have done
20
an amazing job. I had to do a little.
Dude, they're trading.
Stop
They're
over.
trading
I
for
call it an
330.
excursion. I had to do a little stop.
30 22 days to go.
And we had to knock the hell out of
So
it because
April,
our country. would not have been
yeah,
safe. The
22
world
days. So
would have.
April
I've done a
17.
great favor.
Like,
for the
why
world.
not
The
just
world
sell
has
the
not been-
450s
has not been
for
reciprocated.
$1.50?
Because when I
I mean, can you imagine that
told
drill
NATO
all the way to
we'll give
450?
billions
I'll
and
be long
billions
there.
of dollars, trillions
Oh,
over
yeah.
the
Oh,
years.
Microsoft just filled the daily
I
gap.
said, do you mind coming up and giving us a little hand?
I'm
with the
doing it.
streets? Send up some. They didn't want to get
Selling
involved.
April
And I believe that's
17.
going to cost them dearly. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that was too much. I just sold them $1.52 filled. April 17, 450s in Meta. That's 22 days to go. That is a. Can you imagine that move in 22 days? Let's see what it's going to be.
even if we do get that move, like on a little capitulation, like the whole market gets scared, you should get a big bounce back from there. So you own it from there. So look at this. Look at this bounce as soon as Trump shut up.
That's another 20% down for Meta from here. I'll take those odds.
Ooh.
And you know what? If I got to buy stock down there, I'd love to. Who wouldn't want to be long at 450? It's a great area to
You
be long in.
see Tesla going to 300 and below by June. Ooh,
Below 300?
that's a big take. If it does, I'm gonna buy the shit out of it.
Casey, when was it that we talked? This has had to be on stream like a month ago. This is
Below
probably back
300?
in February when I talked about that weekly trend line break. I said sell every rally in Tesla until we get back towards 380. Should go find that stream.
I looked at MU daily chart again from where I was short at, and I've never been more sad in my entire life.
I don't.
Okay.
I think Tesla gets back into the. I think mid 300s would catch you based on
Yeah.
the volume profile is relatively strong in like the 340 area, and like 330 to 350. You got to give it a little space, but I think that's your. That's probably a pretty big level. I mean, if you look at like the last year, that's kind of where the bulk of the trade was.
Here comes the dive.
Oh, new
flush.
low of day, SPY. Pre-market low extended tick under 1,000. Do I just buy this real quick for a scalp?
I don't know. You need oil to cooperate.
Probably not. We shorted another day, just freaking shorten high of day. You sell all the way down, and then you chop sideways.
Probably buy it at 74 for a scalp if you want to do it on ES. 74.50 or something.
I need it to do something much different than it's currently doing before I get involved. Because this just looks gross.
Oh, whoa.
My God. Oh. Dude, where is ES right now? From 66.20. 65.70. Oh, disgusted. Watch the long here. This was the spot this morning. If we dip down to, I was going to look for calls before the rip happened at 9:40. Is this spot right here?
Is that what you needed right there?
Yep, I wicked it. I hit
Look
it
at
right
that.
at. I added my average was 73.50. I just covered him.
Look
Done.
at this! Look at this SPY candle. Oh my goodness! Flip it green. Fucking do it.
You had to take that shot. I was like, "What's my?" I risked 10 to the downside. As soon as it broke it, I just added more, like 71. I think my average was 73.50 or something. I'm out of it. I'm done. I closed it
Yeah,
at 79.
beautiful.
Just now, does it go back to the middle? Now it took everything.
Yeah.
On the
Well, let me
downside?
look at that. Let me tag you in it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fucking Will.
Ooh, I like that. I like that chart or the vol. Do you have? Did you build a script for that? That's nice.
In the bottom right corner.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. So it shows you Vol D, Vol DQ, ADD, Tick, Tick Q, and VIX prices all in real time without ever having to leave your chart.
I love it.
That is probably
You know
my favorite indicator that I have created is that indicator, 100%.
You know what else we could add to that would be good? Would be instead of the ADD lines, we could add the breath ratios, like NYSE breath and Nasdaq breath. I like to look at that as well, like how negative it is. That'd be another. Because I could, it could almost replace. I don't know if they have it on TradingView, but they have that the one I use on Toss, which is ADSPD, which is the S&P 500 Advancers Decliners that nets it out for you. ADSPD. I don't know if that's on here. No. Advance.
Hey, what holds you here? Meta new low, Microsoft new low.
SPY hit the low from Tuesday, right there. That was your most recent low of support. Last time SPY hit this was early in the morning. Again, this is the reason why I was looking at that area to hit this morning to go long. Because last time SPY hit this area, it ripped about $7 upside. So yeah, daily level there, pre-market low. That was your first overextended tick to the
It's
downside.
the low from
but-
Tuesday as well. Right
Yeah,
there.
so
Just swap it.
Yeah. So 649.88.
Yeah, you're just sweeping under these 4-hour lows right here. But you have a bearish engulfing right now.
Ooh, I'll tell you one thing. We do not want to see Qs closing below 580 on the weekly. That would be look out for Monday. I guess, what do you do? The 50 week at 577? I guess that's your only spot. You got a little bit of like horizontal support, but I wouldn't say it's very good.
I think Apple 250 puts April 2nd.
This looks bad. This looks bad.
How much is Meta going to go straight to 480 today? You think? Kidding, but that is ugly. Almost filling the
Look at
gap
that.
there on Meta.
Overextended tick and right back to the same lows.
That's why you got to get in and get out.
Yep.
So we got no good news. I thought the market would go a little. What did Trump say? I thought it would go quite a bit lower and oil would go quite a bit higher. Oh gosh. I think it's some
XPX is a gap fill for another
20 points.
15,
Yeah.
15 points, 17 points.
I guess at some point the market drills enough. Once you start seeing bonds actually catch a bid, that's when you know there's actually fear in this market, specifically on the long end of the curve. You start seeing like the 10 and the 30 years start to rally. That's when you're going to start to see a change in tone. People getting out saying, all right, this market's a little too spicy for me.
Hoodie back down to 70. That weekly chart. I'm still waiting for this alert to go off.
God, that
I
looks
want that.
ugly too.
I know I want it lower.
55. Volume profiles at 54 I got. I gotta start messing with that Lux Algo script. I want to create some stuff. I got some ideas.
Yeah, the thing's really cool.
It's amazing. Testing new lows. Ooh. Ooh, MRVL. Nice.
God, Meta, what a joke.
What a short, really. Is there discretionary? Oh, that is. I didn't see that XLY double bottom here at 109.60. Same with banks. You got a wick from yesterday. Yesterday's low is XLF right here. What else? Industrials about the same. God, the semis just looked like they set up a bear flag and they're breaking that. Materials.
This looks like 50 points lower.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but
Here, SPX. What is this? Tuesday's low right here. This is Tuesday's low. 65.25.
and then your weekly gap fill, because Friday gapped up to Monday. That's pretty good.
Gap fills what? 03.
Just go ahead and do it now. 6508. I think NQ had a gap fill right there too. Where's my... I guess technically it's already happened.
Oof, IWM was a great short today. Daily 21, like to the penny, and it's about to sell all the way back down and go freaking red.
I hope this just goes down through all of this and then bounces back up and closes above it right off that gap fill. Then maybe you can get along.
Ooh, MRVL puts are
Oil.
popping up here. They're over $50 per contract gain. I'm going to take a big chunk of these off at closer to $96, and then I'll ride the 94s down in the money.
And oil's going to
Oil
hit
new
95 at
highs.
the same time.
Yep, new highs. Finally broke that 94.80.
Q's Friday low. Next target downside 578.54.
Man, I'll tell you what. This is starting to feel like this. Does this war last till through April? They just keep jawboning back and forth for. That's uncertainty.
Well,
the market does not want.
The moment you start to think that is when things resolve, and I feel like we're getting really close to that. What I don't see, okay, there are a bunch of big orders at 24K, by the way.
Yeah, there should be. That would make sense.
But I think it's going to go through that and then come back up, and that's going to be.
Did we
about
just go
the
test
same.
that low at 772 on NQ? We just go down there and test it.
I don't know. I think you could. I mean, maybe even this little fair value gap gets filled at 920s.
Just not a lot there though. Like, I don't want to.
Because you're just all you're doing is coming back to you're filling in this news pump candle, right?
right.
Back to this. I hope this just. All right, here's 24K. Let's see if it shoots through like 30 points and we fill this gap all at once. 30, 40 points. Right on a pivot point here. What is this? R or S3?
Tesla, you got watch 376.30. There's your support there. Just look at the majors, trying to find where they would catch something. Microsoft back at that 367. That's a gap fill.
This is turning into a sell everything right now, other than Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, they're crushing everything. Broadcom back at the lows, testing the low prints.
Another
AMD
day of
new
Casey
low.
casually calling the top. You know it. You know it, baby.
Yeah, that was the sell up there. Yesterday's low. Ugh. The only reason I didn't want to get in that trade was when Trump came on. I'm like, who knows what they're going to say? You know what I mean? Like, you could rip yourself 50, 60 handles the other way and get your face blown off. So I just waited.
I'm watching this SPX gap.
It's your first RSI overextension right here, intraday SPY 5 minute.
Oh, don't stop right here. Just go through it. Put a big bottom wick.
Yeah, exactly.
Just got a new 15 and 30-minute candle that, I mean,
Even the last couple days, like, the market taking out 73 is not good in ES. Bonds are drilling, oil's over 95. You get the recipe for just a waterfall. Hate to say it.
Yeah, I think Qs can still go a little bit lower. SPX, yeah, gap fill right here down to,
Oh, wait.
yep, 65 at $10 lower.
that's what I'm waiting on this gap fill. I need
New
to
lows
see if we get.
ES.
Just waiting on Apple to
doesn't
get instant rug candle.
It doesn't stop there. It accelerates. You could go like 100 points quick if it doesn't stop there on NQ. On like 85 to 75.
I just had a price alert go off on my NQ chart on Webull. That means we are approaching an area of support. 24K.
24 karat magic.
In the air.
Yeah, Apple's starting to give it up a bit.
I know. Die. I just opened up a new position a little bit ago on it. I closed the original and then bought a little bit more time.
I sold the 210 puts in Apple last week for April. They came in about 50% so far.
We're at 220 on these contracts for the day trade on it. If it fills, it's at 215, 216. Nice red candle here on Apple. If it can break through 255.50, it should fill.
Boy, NDX is almost at that equal low.
Yes, it
30
is.
points, 25 points lower.
Look at that hourly on Apple. Look at the before and after, baby.
Which equal low are you talking from? Like Monday?
Friday.
Oh, Friday's low. Yeah. Watch for a wick here.
Not yet.
Nice job,
Come on,
Sarge.
SPX.
Yeah, we need to fill the gap. We're so close.
Nice job. Oh, 350 on an MRVL. Woo! Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
Yeah, I was talking about Google Shorts yesterday. Me and who was it? I can't even think of who it was on Spaces. I talked about that Head and Shoulders break.
Q's just hit the level.
Yeah, Qs are at Friday's low right here.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of a weird area to stop.
No, I can't do anything in the middle. I mean,
Yeah, the Qs you don't see it as much. It's the futures in this gap in SPX that is more important.
All right. There's your first overextension on RSI on QQQ hitting that level. If you're looking for a long scalp right here, let's actually go ahead and pull it up. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
I want to because of, I mean, you just fell.
Maybe a bounce back to the 9.
I need it to like go fill this gap. I don't want it to bounce here because then it's like unfinished. Yeah, David, sorry, the market's just doing a lot of stuff right now. I see your comments. Casey made it on, he was using LuxAlgo's AI thing to create the script.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna bounce it right here, these jerks.
I hope so. I got orders above the cover.
I should have, it should have done just went in small with micros and added on the way down.
I thought I just that was such a dangerous game on this one though.
I know, I agree with you.
I couldn't. That's one of my signature trades, and I couldn't do it here.
I don't like it because I like the gap fill. Once you get the gap fill, you get a wick down.
Oh
and then
yeah.
You try to buy it back up, but that's SPY. What's SPY's gap fill there? 648.50 or something. $648.47.
Weekly 50 SMA on SPY. What just hit?
Is that what it is? The weekly 50?
It's just I have it lower.
Me
I have
too.
it $3 lower.
Let's see.
646.26.
If it's an EMA, it may be up here, but
They said SMA.
the SMA is lower.
SMA's at 46.
I have it right here on my. I have it right here on my screen. I have it. I even put
Gotcha.
a line here to mark it, so when I go back to my daily chart, it's still sitting right there.
Oh no, they said EMA.
Yeah,
That's
that
why.
makes sense. Tomato. Slight difference.
Oh, magical words about to happen in my AirPods. 3, 2, 1.
Couldn't fill.
It missed it by a point.
Bottoming
It
tail
really
hammer.
did. I should cover here. I'm up a little bit extra. It literally missed it by a point. A fucking
I'm waiting.
point.
I'm waiting for the gap fill. I want to fill the gap, and then I can. Why? Here's the other thing too with the rates. I mean, I know the Russell gave up, but God, that was a good short earlier too. Ugh.
I know.
Said that.
Daily
I
daily
missed-
21. Daily 21's that high.
I missed it by
It should be.
5 ticks. I left it there and I didn't look at it again. I just left orders out there and then never hit it.
The Lucid giveaway we already gave away one account on the timeline today. The Wolf Trading X.
Wolf trading.
What's credit doing? Credit looks bad too.
What's lunchtime?
Oh God.
Oil's actually backing off. Oh, don't. No.
Time to go have some lunchtime. I don't know what I want to eat. I want to see this. If the gap fills over.
And part of what this is, and somebody in the chat said it, they thought it would sell off after Trump was finished, and that's basically what happened. And if you think about it, if you were looking for him to like say something good, he did not really say anything good today. I mean, the other
No.
guys kind of said some decent stuff, but wasn't anything really new. Wasn't anything calming. Somebody also mentioned earlier this week, pump the first day or two of the week and then roll over the rest of the week. It's been the pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at high yield too, just getting crushed.
Come on, just finish the move. I don't want it to reset here. I want it to stay oversold. Finish the move, and then you have a better odds on the bounce. God, 10 years pumping.
Yeah, they're just ripping bonds to lows.
Dude, look at the freaking 30-year.
Yeah, not good.
495. Are they gonna? They're gonna have
Look
to
at the
calm this
10-year
down.
now. 441.
So I just looked at. Yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to step in and calm this thing down. That's where I think the real put is in the market.
Yeah, it's yields, no doubt. The question is, how bad do they want to break the market? Because they send this 10-year over 450, the selling's going to get very aggressive. That's another 10, 12 bips higher from here. Problem is yields have a bigger, as they accelerate, that's going to have more of an impact than anything. Because it'll just start re-rating stocks quickly.
Oh. I don't know that we get circuit breakers. Circuit breakers are a pretty rare thing.
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
think
even get a
it's-
circuit breaker during the tariff stuff. We got close that one day. After
No,
the
that's-
taco, the next day when it came down, that we got close that day.
Someone's outside my door. Ooh, he delivering lunch?
I mean, you're talking S&P 500. You got to be down 7% to get to the first circuit breaker.
Yeah, for
So-
just the pause.
The hell did she order?
Yeah, you get a 15-minute pause, and then your level 2 is down 13%. I mean, you're talking like complete wipeout VIX at 75 on a day like that.
What are we down? 1.5 on Q's 150.
It's the selling is orderly. It's not like, it's not the.
It's because nobody's panicked here.
Panicking, looking at mannequins. I'm in a cabana.
You got a few names that are trying to like base out a little bit at least.
Here's what's weird. How the heck is real estate positive when rates are screaming higher? It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know, and we got the highest 30-year mortgage rate just came out since September. Like 6 months later, I saw it.
I think it's right around 7%.
It was 6 something on the national average, which was the highest we've seen September. It came out here. Let me scroll up. U.S. 30-year fixed rate mortgage averages 6.38%, highest since September 4th. Was 6.22 last week. That's from Freddie Mac. Came out while Trump was talking.
Yeah.
Don't just
Look
fill the gap.
Look at oil. Look at oil coming in a little bit.
I know, like just stop. Just
Problem is oil's got a divergent high here. New high, but momentum's fading in it. Just fill it. Come on. 6-7 points lower.
Dude, I swear, if I go out there and there's hibachi with the sushi roll,
I gotta order something.
what is? Ooh, what'd you get me? Okay, I'll be out in like 15. Got a jerk chicken burrito from a Mexican restaurant waiting for me out there.
That sounds fire. I love me some jerk chicken.
explosions in Tehran right now.
Explosion in my pants after I have this jerk chicken burrito.
Oh. Tread lightly.
Ooh.
Well, this is turning into not good.
I don't hate NQ right here. I just hate SPX in the middle of this gap.
Wasn't there a level? I gotta go back. Is there 6520? Where else is that? Oh, it's that low from November. That's what it is. I knew I had that marked for a reason. God, why do I have a line here? Yeah, the low from November's daily bar was 6521.92. That's where you're stuck at.
Just finish the move. If they're gonna bounce this thing back up, it's gonna piss me off.
You know what's crazy? Like, you look at NDX. I mean, the RSI is not even really oversold at all. I mean, it's like 38. I mean, it's low, but it's not like it's 20. And that makes me a little more nervous. I honestly think my gut is this is the war is an excuse, but it's an orchestration for a little bit of a reset in the market. And eventually, after they spike up oil and spike up rates, the backside of this will be much lower interest rates. That's what it'll be.
Wait, that's what I've been trying to do the game theory on that piece, and then also just like you crash it now, March into April, and
Yep.
then it rips back this summer. Everything goes, quote unquote,
Yields
back to
come down
normal.
for the midterms. Mortgage
And
rates
then-
come down.
And then they somehow find a way to keep that momentum into the fall with midterms.
Seems like
I mean,
a
they-
logical
kinda like-
plan to me.
I mean, we're kind of on this. We're honestly, you think about it, we're basically on the same trajectory as last year. The same
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. I mean, last year.
When did we bottom? April, what, 22nd or something?
So look at this. You ripped all the way into like Christmas time, and you did sideways through mid-February, and then you started rolling over into March.
So here, stay right there. So what I see, what I'm waiting for, is I'm waiting for that counter trend move that we haven't really seen, which is right from where your cursor is, like
This?
that. I think you need one of those, and then I think you need the bigger flush, like down. There's your bottom. It's got to be something like we haven't had that yet.
And there's no way we have a bottom right here, in my opinion.
No.
Unless there's just, I mean, everything
'Cause
just
if-
works itself out, and like shorts cover, money decides to come back into the market.
This
I
would
mean,
make sense if you look at the daily on SPX. We're like in the same spot. Look at it. It's down. Now you have the counter trend move would be at a support level, which would be here, roughly. Should be. You get the move back up, and then everybody thinks it's
That
all
they-
clear, and then they
they
take
did-
you lower.
they did something like this.
Yes.
It's like, do you do like this and then that?
I think you need a longer. You need something that's like a couple weeks bounce back, like in April, not just like a counter trend. Like you need like a, couple week consolidation where it bounces up and goes sideways, maybe under 6,800. Maybe you catch the moving averages or something back up there.
Previous week's close gap fill incoming here. Come on. And is that also, it's also going to get this like fair value area, right? Possibly. Or maybe right here, 950.
I have orders for longs to go in down here. You just hit the level on NQ 970.75. Still want to see if this SPX gap can fill.
Should. We're close enough. I think I'm going to put ES orders at like... I'm going to run them all the way down to like 50. Sprinkle them in. Meta 552 almost. Whew.
Meta's disgusting.
Yeah, Telon Tusk. I mean, that's the point. You know, me and Will have discussed a few times. These charts. I mean, yes, you can get counter trend rallies or whatever. The charts are in a very bad spot.
The biggest rallies are in bear markets, honestly. Like your biggest rallies from areas are bear markets.
Why did I had 970 from something? Friday's low one.
23,970.75 on my indicator. That should be a daily low somewhere.
It's Fridays.
Or I imagine it's low, but it's a daily level from somewhere.
Yeah, IndieX is basically right there. I mean, are we talking 10 point difference? They're going to do it, aren't they? They're going to freaking bounce it right here. Gummit.
Don't do it. Come on.
I'm in it, but we'll see. If it goes back over 300, then I'm going to start to sell them out and cover and go to lunch.
I'm not in anything yet. I'm just waiting.
I put
don't
orders
get
in
it
at
out,
955 as well, if it did go down there for SPX to fill the gap, but off the 970 area. I mean, I got to try. I mean, 20-point bounce so far, but looking for more.
You got the 15-minute kind of slowing down again. Don't look at that.
I know. They're going to put two hammers in there.
Fuck.
Ooh. 98. Ooh.
Don't do it.
Do it.
This is stupid. This is so stupid.
Come on. Oh, no way, they just edged me. Oh, they did.
No, I think you
Yeah,
get
they
one more flush.
I think you do.
Get one more quick flash. Maybe go to 6,500 even.
It literally sat on 24K. Oh, that's hilarious. The order's like right above it, just to lock a little bit in.
Like flash it down in there fast. Come on, let me in.
Even if it breaks back over 2,400 real quick and I make some profit, if it goes back down to the 50s, I'm going to buy it again down there when SPX closes the gap.
Wait, 2-3 weeks out from earnings season too, so we really don't have like any positive thing to.
That might not be a positive thing either. That could be a big Here's a big thing on the multinationals. I think we talked about this last week. Is that you got the dollar being so strong, it's going to hurt some of their earnings. That dollar rally has been pretty fierce in the last, 6 weeks. Oh, that comment Trump made was so good.
Which one?
I'll say,
The one
yeah,
you,
which,
the one you
one?
posted. I just tagged you in it.
That's what it was. It was this 4-hour gap just filled.
That was the best comment of the day.
Are those Lucid accounts? Can you pass in one day? Let me load up on some of those this afternoon.
I think this option streak of I've tried a new bot today that opened up a position that's going to be a max loser. That's okay though.
It's Lucid Flex you can pass in one day? Oh no.
Yeah,
Pro one day,
the,
Flex 2 days? Flex is
yeah.
the same as Tops. Okay.
yeah.
Just the size.
I'm using the flex ones right now.
So you did the 2-day pass ones? I need to read up on these.
I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 days. I mean, for this Lucid one. I've been going balls to the wall with the Apex. With the Lucid, I've just been consistently stacking.
Account activation free.
Yeah, it's great. There's
We don't need this.
no
streak.
consistency.
Passing as little as 1 day on Lucid Pro.
The pros, yeah. The flexes, I'm not sure.
Flex, it's like Top Step, like they were saying in the chat, 50%.
Oh my goodness, they're freaking edging it.
What's the consistency in the Lucid Pro once you get funded?
For the Lucid Pro accounts, once you're funded, your consistency is 40%.
Oh, that's nothing.
On the, let me see.
I think I'd rather do that than.
Yeah, 40%.
I need another 1,600 to get this.
So one has consistency to pass it, and the other has consistency once you're past it.
Correct. So the flex plans, you need 50% consistency in the eval, and then that goes away to nothing once you're funded, which 50% on an eval.
Oh, and the
even
flex
funded,
flex has
it's
no
hard.
daily loss limit.
Yeah. Just drawdowns, end of day.
They have to pick me up 100K eval here.
Use code KC Trades. Unless they let you use your own code, then yeah.
Well, I think the Wolf one, I think I'm signed up. I think that one's actually signed up under somebody else. The Tradeify is the one that I can't use because that was the first one we got, and this is the one I went through and figured out. And then we realized that was not smart because instead of being in like the business stuff, it's like in the same as my trading stuff. So it's a problem. I mean, is anything holding? CrowdStrike, Apple, of course. Costco's pushing.
I know. I'm freaking about to just close this trade and go eat lunch.
Amazon trying to hold 210. Broadcom made a new low.
It's taking 1,000 years.
In 1,000 years. I hate that this is resetting the overextension because now I don't have the same confluence for the bounce lower. I have died every day waiting for you.
2403.
Darling, don't be afraid. What a wedding song. What did they just say about the dollar index?
Oh, order filled.
There you go.
Oh, order filled. Order filled. Thank you. My goodness gracious. Stop at entry now.
Yeah.
There it is. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm out. I'm going to lunch. Get my jerk chicken burrito. Let's fucking go.
Perfect timing.
I know.
Well, they didn't give me the trade setup there, so I'm sitting. Did something just happen with Bitcoin? What's up, Hamid? I know you slid in here right in the middle of all the stuff going on.
Hey guys. Actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to grab my headphones.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go get some lunch, guys. I'll be back in about 30, 45 minutes.
That. Did they just put just a double bottom hammer? Why? Yeah, Netflix touchscreen. It's been fun. We're gonna ask. We got Hamid coming on here. Will, I hope you're free to hang out for this conversation. Just talk a little bit about just earnings and stuff in general. And we're kind of between the two earnings season, but it's not too far away. I kind of hinted at it a little bit earlier, but I am excited to get some of Hamid's thoughts. Just on the market in general, how he's approaching things, managing things in this environment, and then what does this do to earnings for one? And kind of where we're at on there. We haven't had Hamid on in a while, which is always great to have his thoughts. I know he's been on Stocks on Spaces several times recently. So Iran prepares what? Is that the headline? Yeah, we're gonna talk just talk some earnings here for a little bit. Once there he is, as he gets set up here. Keep an eye on the market. Any breaking news, of course, I'll jump in. Keep you guys all on that. I know several of you in the chat are also all over some of the news headlines and stuff. Keep that going.
Can you guys hear me?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
I'm not sure if it's your AirPods mic that you're hooked up to, or if it's still your laptop one.
I think now I can hear you guys. I assume you can
got
hear
us
me
now?
as well.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's you might just double check to see which mic input you're using here on the restream. If you can use the AirPods one, it might be a little clearer, but I can hear you either way.
Oh yeah. Let me. It's not giving me the option for the AirPods. That's surprising.
Interesting. Well, we can hear you either way. All right. Hamid, the first thing I always think of when I see you is Earnings Hub for obvious reasons. Built an amazing platform that I use all the time. Obviously, look at the monthly chart here. We're a few weeks out of the next kind of fire it back up, getting back into it, kind of in between the two seasons. All this stuff going on in the market. I don't know if I would love to just kind of get your thoughts in general, just kind of leading off here a little bit as we chat. everything that's going on, how are you approaching the markets right here? Have you? I think I heard you say a couple weeks ago on Stocks on Spaces that you had, raised more cash. That you're being patient here as a longer term investor and just kind of waiting on things to shake out. But I'm just maybe just kind of your overall thoughts here as we kind of kick into it.
Yeah, so towards the end of last year, I was probably a little more than 30% in cash, and this year actually, I have started deploying a lot of that cash. I'm now down to like 11 or 12% in cash, but the reason is because like a lot of things are getting suppressed to the points where they're very attractive to me, right? When I buy stocks, I'm buying them with a long-term mindset, and my view on investments in general is that valuations matter. I learned that lesson back in the late 90s with the dot-com boom, that valuations matter, and when the shit hits the fan, if you will, the companies that are way overvalued get corrected the most. And when there's a rebound, the companies that are great and undervalued will rebound first, right? So, my investment thesis is that buy great companies that are at good prices, and when I look at the market from that perspective, there's certain companies that really flourish, right? Like today. Meta is down 7% for no real good reason, right? It's and in fact, it was already suppressed pretty heavily for no real good reason, which makes it a great potential price, right? It's a great company. It's executing really, really well. Its growth rate is pretty phenomenal. And these charts don't tell you that story. These charts tell you like it looks shitty, and but if you go to look at its earnings growth, if you bring up Meta and then just go to the earnings tab and look at that revenue chart for Meta, right? If you look at their projections for next quarter, I mean everything for Meta is just looking fantastic. It's on this phenomenal growth curve of over 20% annualized. 22% growing, over $200 billion of revenue. So in the next 12 months, it's going to add another $40 billion of top line revenue, and its margins are phenomenal. It's its PE is extremely low at 18. So it's growing faster than.
First thing I looked at. Oh, I clicked too deep there. First thing I looked at was an 18 PE on Meta is insane to me.
Yeah. It has a faster growth rate than Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and obviously Tesla. Of the Mag 7s, the only one growing faster is Nvidia, but it has a PE of 18, which is sort of like phenomenal. So this makes it a fantastic investment from my perspective, and that's why I have been investing heavily in Meta. And then another one that falls into a similar sort of line is Micron, which just had a phenomenal quarter, and Micron's forward PE is like 5, which is just mind blowing. So these are two great companies that right now you can pick up at a great price. How often are you able to pick up a rapidly fast growing company at such incredible prices? This type of thing is not normal. So if you take the macro stuff aside, we're at war with Iran, and there's uncertainty there, but there's always something going on at the macro level. The tariffs were the headlines last year, interest rates. There's always something happening at the macro level. If you just tune out the macro and just look at it from, if I'm going to buy stocks, what does that mean? And if I'm buying stocks, that means I'm buying a piece of a company. Well, what kind of company would I want to own a piece of, right? Like if you look at it rather than like, hey, I want to buy a stock that's going up, and instead look at it from the perspective of, my buddy is starting a business. Do I want to invest in that business? or maybe it has a business and it has this much revenue and profits. Do I want to be a part of that business? Do I want to own a piece of it? If you look at it from that perspective, it changes things a little bit, right? Then all of a sudden the technical analysis and moving averages of the price of the stock and stuff matter a lot less. And what you care about is the underlying business. Is the underlying business sound? Is it going to grow? Is the profits going to grow? Is the business going to be able to give me back my money over the course of a reasonable time span from its profits alone? And if that's the perspective you take on investments, then all of a sudden things change quite a bit. And I feel like this is what the Warren Buffetts of the world have been telling us for decades, and put to practice, it actually works really well.
Yeah.
Question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go
I was
for
going
it.
to say real fast, and then we'll go to Will's question here. But the tale of two charts there. Some people will look at Meta and go, "This chart looks so bad. Like, how do you possibly buy that?" And then you mentioned Micron. You look at Micron, you're like, "I've missed this completely." But you take all that part aside, and you just go to the actual valuations, projections, and all that stuff. And there's two opportunities. I mean, right here in front of your face. But the charts are very interesting. They're telling a different story. And I love how you use those two examples because they're like polar opposite examples. And for those that don't know, just real fast in the chat here, you've got Earnings Hub, of course. You also have Savvy Trader. Hamid's full portfolio is publicly available on Savvy Trader. I believe this is free. I don't know if I got some special access. I don't think I did. I think it's just free for everyone. There we go. Free for everyone. You can track it here. You can see his performance. I mean, look at this max performance since it's been tracking. You can even go back and look, 1 year. I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, goodness gracious. and I've been tracking this for a while. I mean, over the last few years. I mean, even as I first got to know you 2-3 years ago, and just watching you continue to find the value in the market. Even like your drawdowns were not even anywhere compared to what the drawdowns of the actual market were. But full transparency here, Hamid has all this out here for the public to view as well. Just want to make sure I did drop a link in the YouTube chat for that. So wanted to shout that out real fast, Hamid, just to let everyone know, maybe some of the new viewers that we have here, kind of who you are, some of your background, and how transparent you are with your investments.
I appreciate it. Yeah, if you I didn't put my X type, or what is it, handle, but it's just Hamid S, HAMID-S, and if you go to my X handle, there's links to my portfolio. You can subscribe to it for free. Every transaction I've ever done in the past 4 years has been documented, and subscribers get notifications of my trades immediately. So usually within 1 to 2 minutes of when I actually make the trade. And because my trades are not necessarily time sensitive, you can see, like I have barely had any trades over the past couple of weeks. I think I've bought like 2 things. It's not super important that you get it at the exact moment that I make the trade because I'm a long-term investor. But yeah, the portfolio's performance sort of speaks for itself. And at the top on that performance chart, you can actually compare it to the compare button is the one after. Yeah, that one right there. You can like compare it to the S&P 500 so that you can kind of see how it compares. But yeah, or to your favorite, stock or whatever. So it is all transparently there. But when you take a sort of a longer term perspective on it, like I'm looking at Meta and Micron in particular and thinking, okay, I want to add more of those specifically. Just because they're so attractive at the current valuations.
What do you think on earnings? We're just talking about this is like with these multinationals with the dollar moving quite a bit higher in Q1. Do you think that will affect earnings for these multinationals?
Yeah, there's always going to be some fluctuation with foreign exchange rates, but like one quarter it'll be a tailwind, another quarter it'll be a headwind. But long term, again, it matters very little. I think.
Sure.
So I'm not worried about it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. These charts are something that I never ever look at, by the way. So when you're
Different.
looking at like Meta's chart and thinking that this looks really really bad, you know, to me the price of 550 looks incredibly good, right? Like that's the perspective I have.
Yeah, because you're looking at it from the fundamental basis, and I know a lot of people only look at the charts and they're going, there's no way I can do this, and they miss out on opportunities. They miss out on the bounces because they want to pick the lows, they want to see, you know, whatever oversold RSI, you know, 27 indicators, but they're not just looking at the basics of what actually. I mean, yes, there's technicals to the price, right, in some ways, but the valuation is based on earnings. It's based on cash on hand, free cash, all these things. What the balance sheet? What are they doing? Do they have growth? That's what the stock's actually worth.
Eventually, it always comes down to the to the earnings. Now, it might take a year before it gets there. It might take 5 years, but fundamentally, it's always about the earnings, right? It's about the potential cash generation of a company, and that's exactly the perspective you would have if you were buying the entire company, right? Like if you were going to buy one of these companies and just operate it yourself, like you were going to be the owner of the company and the CEO and run it, what would be your criteria? You'd want to get it for the lowest price possible, and you'd want it to be able to have the most potential. And there's no reason to go any other way in terms of like the way in which you're picking companies or stocks to invest in. Then that same way that if you were going to own the entire company, what would be your criteria? Use that same criteria to own a piece of it, and that's exactly what I have been doing. Yeah, go ahead, Will.
I think to your point is like it's really all about your time horizon, and obviously on the long term, right? You have positive drift in a lot of stocks, and like what you're doing, Meta is a great example. Do I want to buy Meta here? If I'm a long-term investor, yeah, absolutely. It's a great valuation to start nibbling. When the broad market and you have a lot of stocks that are going down, I like to nibble on stuff that gets cheap. I'm not going to put a full position on in Meta right now, but would I start to nibble? Sure. And I have targets on if it goes down a little bit lower, I'd like to add to it. So I think if you have that context in a broader market sell-off, you buy stuff when the valuations present themselves that are great opportunities. And this is definitely one of those times that you're going to be able to pick up stocks. You know, I said this yesterday, we were on stream, was about Microsoft. This is just from a technical perspective, but is the most oversold on the monthly chart since I think it was 2006. Like those opportunities present themselves, you know, once every 20 years. So I think to your point, this is a great time to be shopping for these software names that have been demolished, and look at stuff that's got great valuation. I think it's a perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to my camera here. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm still here. I was just letting you know. My camera. I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. But yeah, I mean, to your point, Microsoft being a great example, it's oversold. And even with its oversold status, it's still valued at a much higher valuation than Meta on a per dollar of profit, and it has a slower growth rate than Meta. So again, like unless those things change, meaning like its growth rate all of a sudden accelerates. When I look at like, okay, I love Microsoft as a company; it's a great company. I'd love to own it at a good price. And then I look at Meta as another great company, and then I try to determine, do I want Meta or Microsoft? The valuation of Meta makes it just much more attractive from that standpoint.
Sure.
Uh-oh, they're rugging you.
There we go. All right. Sorry, I just
You're back.
there a little
They're
bit.
giving him issues.
I'm back. I got a brand new camera. I have no idea how to work this fancy thing. It's like bigger than my head. So I don't know what I'm doing, but either way, Hamid, I'm curious, going into the next earnings season with all the stuff going on, is there anything that you think, I mean, I know you said you're not big into the macro. I'm just curious if there is any pieces that you're thinking about, if something is going to weigh on any of these earnings. And then I kind of want to follow up that question and ask about, obviously, the AI trade. all the spin that's going on, kind of where we're at with that. It seems like that's taken a back burner for the last, I don't know, month or so. I guess you get distracted with macro, pretty common in the markets for that to happen. But it seems like the last earnings season, people are like, okay, CapEx went up again, and then they just kind of stopped talking about it.
Right. No, I think that being concerned about the cash flows is appropriate concern to have for the market. So I think like there is some legitimacy to being concerned about the amount of money that is being spent on the capex of these companies. I think Google is estimating to spend $1.9 trillion over the course of the next 10 years on data centers, which is just mind-blowing amount of money. 1.9 trillion. We're past like throwing around
you wrap your mind around
dollars
that?
Dollars and billions. The trillion numbers are starting to come out, and but when you look at the unprecedented growth and reliance on AI that the world now has, it's just something we've never seen before. So you look at your own usage of AI over the past couple of years, like this is just something that is growing at such an exponential rate that is it's unfathomable. You look at a company like Anthropic, for example, or OpenAI's revenues. They have grown from zero just 3 years ago to both of them now having over $20 billion annual revenue run rates in a matter of 3 years. These are the fastest growing companies in history. And we're not even counting the revenues of Google and Microsoft and Amazon, et cetera, or the cloud providers from AI. But just pure AI, Chat, GPT, and Claude, right? And in Claude's case, in Anthropic's case, they added $5 billion of annual revenue run rate, $5 billion in February, and then again in March. So their growth rate is also accelerating. They might end this year with a $50 billion annual revenue run rate. And to put that in perspective, SpaceX is probably going to end the year at roughly 30 billion, right? So, and it's been around for over 20 years, and it's one of the fastest growing companies ever. And these guys are doing it in 3 years, going from zero to those kind of numbers.
It's mind-boggling. And you think about how do they sustain that growth? And and you think about Nvidia's growth. How do they sustain it in a video that's gone sideways here on the valuation on the chart for 6 months at this point, but they're still growing? And are people worried that that's not sustainable long term?
There's definitely that worry for sure, and it's not sustainable at those percentages long term, right? Like you just simply can't grow. Nvidia can't grow at 50% for 10 years because it's now at a size that it would consume the entirety of the economy if it did. But certainly it can grow for another couple of years at those rates, and then potentially slow down and sort of stabilize at those high numbers, right? There's no reason why Nvidia. I'm not an Nvidia investor, but Nvidia couldn't stabilize at around $500 or $600 billion of revenue annualized, right? So it's already at over 200 billion today, and it could double that or triple that over the course of the next 3-4 years, and then stabilize at that number. But also a lot of the numbers are shifting from traditional companies to that are being replaced by some of the things that AI is taking over and doing, and we don't really see as much of those as we do the new up and comers, right? So, and then the economy itself is expanding, which is surprisingly at a much faster pace than anyone anticipated. I think it's going up, is growing at a rate because of AI and AI spending in data centers that no one anticipated. So typically the GDP grows at like 2 or 3%, and now we're looking at GDP growth of 4 or 5%, which is pretty substantial.
Guys, if you have any questions, anything that you want to throw at Hamid, feel free to jump in the chat, throw those on there. We can go through some of those as well. I could ask questions. I can pick Hamid's brain the entire time that he's with us. I will take full advantage of that. As you know, I like to, I trade more than I do anything, but obviously as an investor and continuing to learn and improve, especially on the fundamental side, I could sit here and just pick Hamid's brain all day. It is interesting with all the data center stuff because most of these projects, they haven't even been built yet. I mean, you're
That's
getting
right.
6 fingers on the AI guys, and these huge data centers, they're not even built yet. And it's like, okay, we gotta power them. How much memory do we need for these? Obviously, we you know, the market kind of caught on to that story, and with the current projections, and you kind of hit on this earlier with Micron, even though, you know, Micron's stock price has gone crazy, it's people are going, hey, we still need more memory. We just need more, and it's hard to, like, I don't know, between, I think about Meta and I think about Micron and the two different scenarios that we looked at earlier, and then like Microsoft. I saw Microsoft here in the chat as well. Is Microsoft a dying company? I think it's a pretty crazy question to ask here, but the valuation, I think Microsoft. Do you think Microsoft's getting to an attractive valuation? I know you're not like a huge Mag 7 guy. I know you added Meta in here with its sell-off or whatever, but you know, is Microsoft attractive to you at this valuation? I mean, I was looking, it's what, a 23 PE right now. That's pretty in line with the market itself, but this is a tech behemoth.
I would say Microsoft is the most attractive it's been for a few years now. So from that perspective, it is. But I'm not a huge Microsoft fan. Like when I think about you know, like the future, like if we were to sort of fast forward 10 years, Microsoft is not the first name that comes to mind as to the company that's going to be leading the future. If companies like OpenAI or Anthropic were public, they might be the ones that would come to mind. But then then I think, well, of the public companies, which ones are going to be the ones that most likely will have benefited significantly from this AI super cycle, if you will. So, you know, the companies that are providing the chips, obviously, you know, like NVIDIA, AMD, Micron sort of fall into that category. And then of the companies like Google or Microsoft or Amazon and Meta, they're providing sort of some of the infrastructure and some of the software tools. These are public companies that you could potentially invest in. So between those two groups, I have one investment in each, right? And my investment on the chip side is on Micron, and my investment on the software, sort of the mega caps, is on Meta. Both of them, in Meta's case, it's founder led, which I think is makes it, by Mark Zuckerberg, makes it a better potential investment, because I like Mark's decision making, and I thought Sundar Pichai of Google, which was my sort of second most favorite of that group, is good, but like not great. Like he took way too long to catch up to OpenAI, and sort of like allowed them to exist for longer than a founder would have. I think if Larry Page was at the helm of Google, or Sergey, I don't think OpenAI would have gotten as big as it did, as quickly as it did. I think Google would have been on the forefront of those things. And I think until the founders came back to Google, they didn't make as big of an impact. Google didn't make as big of an impact in AI, but once they came back and became involved day to day, all of a sudden you saw Google sort of like really skyrocket on its AI offerings and made a lot of headway, and it's been growing rapidly as a result. So I like founder-led companies, and Meta happens to be one of those companies that's founder-led. Now, so far, Meta doesn't have any AI products that it is getting revenue from, but it's using its AI to grow its existing revenue base faster than all the other guys combined, which is fantastic. But also they put together a super AI team that is working on some products. So all of that AI potential is upside for the future. So we'll see what happens there. The jury is out on that portion of Meta's business, but it's essentially getting valued at zero, because Meta itself is undervalued at its current valuation, in my opinion. And then on the chips side, I love NVIDIA, and I think NVIDIA will continue to lead for some time. But then again, when I look at NVIDIA with a forward PE of 25 or so, and then I look at Micron with a forward PE of 5, then it just becomes like a no-brainer, right? Like if Micron is trading at $400 a share a year from now, it's going to be able to buy 10-15% of the company with its own cash. So it would just be a no-brainer for them to have this massive buyback that would just inherently cause the stock to run up. It would have no choice because there wouldn't be as much supply available for Micron to do that cash buyback. So price has to go up in order for it to be able to accommodate the buyback. So that's my anticipation of it, and that's why I'm investing more and more in Micron. It just looks like such an attractive deal here. So.
Yeah, I love that. There's a lot of questions coming in for you, Hamid, so I want to make sure we hit some of these. There's actually one question on Micron here. How much, I mean, there is some news from Google's TurboQuant. How much of the news do you even pay attention to? I'm curious how you filter this, because, and that's why I kind of wanted to add on to this question, because there's day-to-day news that comes out on everything, right? Especially if it's a hot stock in the market like Micron has been. There's a report here, report there, and they know they can get, clicks on it. But I'm curious because your thesis, you're long-term focused, how do you sift through, hey, this is thesis changing news, or this is like, okay, maybe I should think about this and give it some time? How quick do you make decisions based on, major headlines and stuff? I'm just curious your process around those.
Yeah, I just actually posted a video talking about Micron for 20 minutes, and we covered the Google TurboQuant news yesterday, and basically just to sort of summarize what the Google TurboQuant news is that Google has created an algorithm that makes it 6 times more efficient use of memory, and therefore the speculation of the market was that, oh no, high bandwidth memory is no longer going to be needed, or might be needed at 1/6 the rate going forward, and therefore Micron's stock took a 4% hit yesterday. It's continuing to go down today by another 6%, but today's hit might be also market driven. Overall market is going down heavily, but this news was looked at as very negatively. This similar sort of thing, by the way, happened with DeepSeek last year for NVIDIA chips, right? DeepSeek basically showed that you can do LLMs at roughly 1/10 the cost and 10 times more efficient, essentially. And the market sort of caused most of the AI-related companies to tank for a bit, short term. Within months, most of the American LLM makers, OpenAI and Meta and others, had already incorporated DeepSeek knowledge in making their own algorithms more efficient, yet they still needed more chips. So the question is, why do they need more chips if it was 10 times more efficient? And this pattern, by the way, is if you sort of zoom out and look at the past 5 years, in the past 5 years, the chips themselves have gotten somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 100 times more powerful and faster. And then the algorithms have also gotten somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 100 times more powerful and faster. So when you combine the chips and algorithm, the efficiency gains that we have for AI over the past 5 years alone is somewhere between 2,000 to 10,000 times more efficient. So why is it that we need more data centers rather than less today than we did 5 years ago? Right? Like, that seems like contradiction. If we're 1,000 times more efficient or 10,000 times more efficient, why shouldn't we be able to do? Why shouldn't we be able to shut down some of our data centers that we had 5 years ago and be like, okay, we're 1,000 times more efficient. We could shut down, maybe half of our data centers now. But no, that's not happening. In fact, we're spending 10 times more on data centers today.
We're hitting trillions on spend.
That's right. So the answer is that as you make these things more efficient, the usage of them is growing exponentially, and it's growing way faster than the efficiency gains that we're making. And in fact, the efficiency gains that we're making is what is driving the usage growth. So the way to think about this is, like bandwidth. Back in the 90s or early 2000s, most people connected to the internet through dial-up, which was 2,500. Basically they would get 2 kilobytes per second of bandwidth transfer. So if you downloaded something, it would be 2 kilobytes per second. Now you get, like, if something is downloading at 2 megabytes or 10 megabytes per second, you're like, God, I gotta wait 10 seconds for this. It's just
I used to,
kind of
I used
crazy.
to download and I'd walk away. Hey, I need to download some pictures or like something, a little video, and I'd walk away and come back 30 minutes later for it to like just be finishing.
Right. So basically, the usage growth is way more than compensating for the efficiency growth. So that's the way I look at the Google TurboQuant news. Not only do we need Google TurboQuant, but we need some things that are going to be 10 times or 100 times more efficient than that, and they will come over the course of the next several years. But that doesn't make the Micron story any less attractive. If anything, it makes it more attractive. So.
All right, I want to keep gigging through some of these. This one's asking about small caps. There's another question that I had pulled up here. Are there any other companies speaking your? Oh, you lost me for a second.
Wait, yeah.
I'm here. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. We're starting to have some of these type of issues with Restream as well. I'm not sure what is going on over there, but
pretty weird sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this, I really like this question. Is there anything else like piquing your interest right now, like pockets of the market or valuation wise? Any companies that, and I know that maybe you don't want to announce it publicly until you've got a position, but I'm just curious if there's any sectors or individual names that you're looking at.
I haven't looked to add any companies to my portfolio most recently. There's nothing on the horizon that I'm super excited about. If you look at my portfolio, if you switch to the other tab, as far as smaller companies, I do have Rocket Lab, which is one of the companies in my largest position in my porthalio. That has had an incredible run up over the past.
You've done pretty well on this one.
Yeah,
960%.
Right. Some of the others, it's sort of like because I've been adding, for example, with Robinhood, I've been adding to my position most recently. So it hides the, I started buying Robinhood when it was $15 a share, and it went all the way down to $7, and I just kept adding. My average buy-in was like $9 at one point, but then I've added a lot recently because I sold as it was going up, and then now that it has taken a 50%. It's come down 50% from its highs. It's looking very attractive to me again. So I've been buying Robinhood most recently. Rivian, which is another relatively small cap company, it's roughly a $20 billion valuation. Seems extremely attractive for the level of technology that this company has. I mean, you can buy the entire company for $20 billion. Ford put in over $20 billion just in the Ford F-150 Lightning, and then wrote it off because it couldn't figure out a way to sell that product. Rivian has way more technology, so much so, in fact, that it's getting licensed by others. It has 3 products that its customers rave about. It's about to release a 4th product, which is going to be their R2 mass market product. It has 100 of its own service centers across the country. It has 150 of its own charging network across the country. These are things that Ford doesn't even have, right? Like, so they put in $20 billion in just one vehicle, but for $20 billion, you can get all of this from this standpoint of like owning the entirety of the company for $20 billion for Rivian. So I'm very excited about their potential there. And then Bumble is a dating app. I know this is sort of like not something that excites a lot of people because dating apps are in trouble. But what I like about Bumble is its valuation and the fact that the founder is back and focused on fixing its problems. And Bumble's founder happens to be behind two of the world's three largest dating apps, Tinder and Bumble. The only one that she's not behind is Hinge, which is essentially a copy of Bumble, but they've done a few things right at Hinge that I think has really fueled their growth. But fundamentally, the sector needs to address app fatigue or swipe fatigue, and I think the person to be able to figure that out is going to be Whitney Hurd, which is the founder and CEO of Bumble. So that's those are some of the stocks that I'm interested in. Let's see, what's this one?
This question is about space. Before you hit the space, it does sound like I'm hearing a reoccurring theme. You like founder-led companies, which is something I hear from a lot of great investors.
Yeah. So data centers and interplanetary mining. The space data centers, if anybody is going to be able to pull that off, it's going to be Elon with SpaceX. The efficiencies there is just enormous. Like there's no way to be able to efficiently do data centers in space without a completely reusable rocket, in my opinion. And the only company that is even working on a completely reusable rocket is SpaceX with their Starship. So if Starship comes online, then I think space data centers could become a reality, and it'll be Elon Musk and SpaceX that does it. But if Starship does not become completely reusable for the type of costs that they're hoping on a per launch basis, then it's still going to be a ways out. But yeah, I think that is a possibility. As far as interplanetary mining, I think that's too futuristic for me to be betting on any company for that. Should we look at some other questions as well, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was muted. I was going to say even the space data centers, it does seem so futuristic, but I mean, so like AGI seemed futuristic and AI seemed futuristic, and it's here. And it's like, you know, the fact that AI is doing all this stuff for us at this point, it's like, okay, I don't know how to tamper that expectation sometimes, but the interplanetary mining is a whole different thing. And I know you're big into Rocket Lab. I don't know if do you have a thought on SpaceX? I know I've heard your thoughts on Tesla many times. I know you've mentioned how attractive you think Rivian is compared to it, especially on the valuation side of things. The SpaceX IPO obviously is a big, topic, I guess, right now. Because hopefully this year they've merged the XAI into it. Who knows if somehow Tesla and everything just goes into one company at some point? That seems crazy, but crazier things have happened. Is SpaceX interesting to you at all?
Definitely. I mean, SpaceX is one of the most amazing companies in the world, and it has achieved things that people thought were impossible, right? Like the reusable rockets, even to the level of achieved by Falcon 9, was considered to be impossible. And then Starlink, which is global internet providing satellites, high-speed internet satellites, was thought to be impossible. They tried it with Iridium. Motorola tried it in the 90s. I mean, it may have been too early. There was a project between McGraw Cellular and Bill Gates that funded over $1 billion, also in the late 90s. It just never got anywhere, called Teledesic. They similarly had a plan to do global internet. But SpaceX has been able to achieve these things, which has been pretty incredible. But I think for me, like, the valuation matters, right? This is one of the things that I touched on early on. If SpaceX, as a, let's say $30 billion revenue company, was going public at $300 billion or $500 billion, or even, $600 or $700 billion, I would think, okay, that's a great valuation. I want to be in on that company. But at a 1.8, 1.7 to $2 trillion valuation, God, a lot of that upside is already baked into the rumored IPO price. So then, my view is that are there better opportunities from an investment standpoint than SpaceX? And yeah, I think there's tons of better opportunities. I mean, I could be wrong, obviously, but that's the lens in which I'm looking at it. I love SpaceX as a company. I love Tesla as a company, but valuation-wise, I think both of them have really high valuations relative to their revenue and potential growth and profits.
Do you ever buy IPOs?
It's super rare. I did buy the Robinhood Venture Fund IPO, which has ripped, by the way, in the past couple of days for no apparent reason. But one of the reasons that I'm in this stock is just to kind of see the up and coming private companies more so than it is as a, like, I don't expect it to 10x over the course of the next few years. Whereas I do hope that some of my other investments do really well. So.
If anybody else has any questions, toss them in the chat here. I know Jordan's sitting here. Will, I don't know if either one of you guys.
I was gonna ask him, are
are
you watching like oil and gold and silver and all that? Are you trading anything at all over there? Or
No,
keeping
Meta
note
has
of what's
lost
going on at
550, by the
all?
way.
not at all. I think it's very difficult for me to predict commodity prices, and it's much easier from my perspective to be able to predict the future of a company and its prospects and its revenue growth and profit potential than it is for me to determine, what the price of gold would be in the future, right? Like, some of these things don't have inherent use. It's kind of like trying to predict the price of Bitcoin.
That makes sense. Did you did you pick up any Bitcoin on this recent dip? I know I saw it in your portfolio.
Mhm. I've had my Bitcoin for a while, and for me, Bitcoin is more of a sort of not from an investment standpoint, but more from a, like, if the shit hits the fan perspective.
100%. Yeah.
I want to have a little bit of Bitcoin.
an inflation or global economy crash type of hedge?
Yeah, or like I don't know. It's the same reason that some of the doomers buy gold, for example, and they actually hold the physical gold or whatever. It has a similar sort of like, I have a similar sort of lens on Bitcoin, is that it's probably better than gold from a doomer perspective.
Well, you got any other thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting because as I look at this market, just holistically, even back to the macro picture, is stocks have run so much in the last 2 years that it makes sense that we're in this time frame where you could have a reset. You have geopolitical risk. You've had high valuations, and
Right.
to your point earlier, this is when you want to go shopping for the best stocks, like a Meta, which just dropped below 549 now, down almost 8% on the day. Google's another one down 3%. You start looking at these names that have run a lot. Well, when they do come into nice corrections, like a Meta at 30% or 35%, this is where you can get, good companies get sold during uneasy market environments, and those are the companies you want to go buy that have great businesses. To your point,
That's right.
I think the big picture is, in the short term, could we experience more volatility? Of course we could. Markets can go down a lot more from here if things escalate or oil doesn't calm down, because the risk is oil stays high, rates stay high, and that really does start to take a bite out of the real economy and inhibit the consumers. And if this doesn't get resolved in a short order, you're really going to start to look at global GDP that gets revised down and the consumer sentiment. And if we have $6 or $7 gas through the summer, that would be a huge headwind to the global economy. So I think nibble, don't gorge. Markets can come significantly lower if things were to escalate or continue to stay high with oil, and just be careful with the stocks that you're buying.
Yeah, I think that's just generally great advice.
Yeah.
Not that we're giving investment advice, but
Sure.
I think that's a great perspective to have, I should say.
What do you what do you outside of at least on the AI front? I was having this conversation with a CEO of a large company the other day who I can't say, but what does AI do to the jobs market over the next 5 years? And obviously the big concern everyone has is, does AI replace all these jobs? What happens to all the entry level jobs, and do those get replaced, or does it just the market shift? I'm more obviously 100 years ago, people were working outside and farming and doing industrial and railroads and everything else, and everyone's still here, right? New businesses are formed, new jobs are created. What do you say to those people who fear AI from a jobs perspective or job losses?
I think that there's definitely some concern. It's interesting that it hasn't happened at the macro level yet, despite us being like almost 4 years into this AI revolution that has occurred. Job losses at the macro scale haven't occurred yet, which is kind of interesting. I would have expected it to have already, shown up. But it is a concern for sure, and I think I'm not smart enough to figure out how it's going to affect things longer term, and as as certain jobs go away, what other jobs will replace them. And I think that's always been very difficult to predict for people historically. But you do see this sort of like movement towards people getting augmented with AI, meaning like employers love their employees that are embracing AI and utilizing AI to be more productive. And being more productive fundamentally means their revenue should grow. And if their revenue is growing, that means their profits are growing. And that means they don't have to let anybody go. So the augmentation of humans and AI might cause this sort of productivity cycle that just accelerates and doesn't cause as much of a job loss as a lot of people anticipate. So far, that is what has been happening, and it's kind of hard to predict where it goes from here.
Yeah, I think to your point, it's about productivity, and if the productivity is increased substantially, then earnings can grow and the companies can be more profitable. And I think that the jobs market will shift as new businesses are created, and maybe there's sections of the economy that will not be able to be done by AI, where we actually need workers in, and maybe those workers that may have been in that segment may migrate and get a new skill set and look at other industries that still need still have job growth. So I think
Right.
it's a big productivity story, and the question is, sure, is there robotics coming that can do some manual basic labor potentially down the road? Of course there is, but there will be new jobs, and it's like the internet, right? Like we said this yesterday. It's like you had the internet bubble. Everybody feared the internet in the early 90s, like it was going to take over everything, and lots of new jobs and new businesses were created, and things came out of that.
A whole new
So-
economy. A whole new
Yeah,
economy.
exactly.
E-commerce was created.
Correct. So I think that's the optimistic and the approach that people need to take.
Yeah, agreed.
Hamid, I'm kind of with you. I always hear like the doomer argument of like, oh, the job losses. But I think about one, I think there's always some kind of new industry of jobs that are created one way or the other. Industrial revolution happened, all these things. I mean, they've happened many times throughout. But I also think about like what AI is doing right now. And I think about, okay, if I have a small business with 5 or 6 employees, I don't necessarily say, hey, I'm going to replace 2 employees with AI. I'm saying, hey, I'm going to have 6 employees using AI and increase their productivity by 50%.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, and you might not hire as much as you were, but yeah, I mean that's kind of what has been happening over the past couple of years, and that's why we haven't seen significant job losses yet.
Makes perfect sense. We got a few minutes left here, Hamida. Anybody else has a question? Maybe we can sneak it in real fast. I saw one about Do you think, if this war, if oil, if this prolongs going into this next earnings season, do you think it affects things? I mean, obviously last year when the tariffs were going on, we get into earnings season and basically half the CEOs were going, we're just not going to give guidance because we don't know what this is going to look like, and they
Right.
kind of just don't touch it kind of thing. Don't ask, don't tell, whatever you want to call it. Do you think that if this prolongs with the way the global economy is, do you think it's going to affect a lot of these companies' earnings, and especially like in the tech space? Like how much do you think if we do hit recession or whatever happens, what do you look for going into earnings? Because maybe the earnings are good, but if the outlook, if they say, hey, the economy's not looking great right now, is there any like just signals that you really look for as we're just a few weeks out from the next earnings season?
I think there's definitely reason to be concerned. With any kind of conflict, there's a lot of unknowns, and yeah, absolutely, that all kinds of bad things could happen, and the economy could be affected as a whole. War is sort of like one of those like unknown factors that like you don't know how it's going to, like the events and turns, and it's sort of the unpredictability of it. But in terms of how it affects the global economy, barring massive or major disasters, it should have a short-term effect on the global economy. Even if it does have, like, even if the companies are like, wait a second, we can't predict what's going to happen in the next quarter or whatever. I mean, if we take one of the biggest economic downturns that we've seen, the 2008 sort of financial crisis, the bubble of the housing market combined with the financial crisis that happened, there was that turmoil for a couple of years in stock prices, but the impact on revenue for companies and their earnings was very short-lived. It was roughly, I want to say, 6 months before the economy was growing again, the companies were growing again, they were having record revenues and profits again. So this, even at that size of an economic downturn, the effects were relatively short term. The stock prices were suppressed for a couple of years, though. So your time horizon matters a lot, right? In my case, I'm a patient investor, so it's okay. Like if things go down, I'll just hold on to them for a while and see what happens.
Yeah, I think part of that is the difference from a couple of years ago to now. And when you say the one thing that I see that's a little bit more of a headwind is where are we in the jobs market? And we have a jobs market that's definitely been cooler in the last 3 to 6 months. So from a big picture, you have a big spike in oil. You have rates that are moving higher into a slowing jobs market and to retail sales numbers that weren't very good in the last 3 months. So I would argue that this time is a little bit more of a headwind than what we saw a few years ago. If this continues, it's really going to hurt housing. It's probably hurts autos with higher rates. And then it really impacts the consumer, especially on the low end, because harder to borrow, unaffordability for housing and autos, etc., and higher oil prices makes obviously consumer sentiment and everything else. So the longer this is protracted out further, it's going to be a significant headwind if it's not resolved. I'm in the camp like, hey, if we can get out of this in the next 2 weeks and like oil drops and rates come in, I think we're fine. Like the back half of the year could look really good, and you're going to pick up stocks at great valuations. But if that is not the case, and this leads into the end of April or May, you're going to start to take a bite out of GDP, and oil's going to have a underlying bid in it, even at the $80 level or $85, whatever it is, unless they get this resolved in short order. And until then, I think stocks just sell until you get a resolution. I don't think there's any end in sight of stocks getting sold down here until we get further confirmation of something positive out of it.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I mean, these kind of predictions were also made during the tariff issues last year. They were easier to resolve than war is. So but no one predicted how quickly things would downturn because of the tariffs. And the moment that the tariffs were declared, things really took a turn for the worse. And then within a month, maybe not even 2 months, we were sort of back up. We had the tariff rebounds that took us again to new highs. So yes, you're correct that like things can get a lot worse at any time. Things can get a lot worse,
Of course.
And I think that it would be way better for this thing to be resolved than for it not to be resolved from the way that the stock market is going to react to it. Stock market does not generally like uncertainty.
Of course. Do you see any issues like we were talking about this yesterday on Spaces with Michael Coe, and we were talking about the private credit situation, and I'm just looking at high yield and junk bonds right now making new lows of the year, and there continues to have one thing we didn't really see in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but we are seeing now more significantly is credit spreads starting to widen out, and we've seen more and more pressure in private equity and private lending. Do you think that becomes more of a bigger topic? And of course, we've seen redemptions haven't been honored or limited or whatever it's been, but I do think that there could be some more stress in that space. That's the other outside of the war. That's something that's ongoing, regardless of
The credit situation. Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know if it's at bubble amounts. I mean, again, historically, like we have this one data point in the 2008 financial crisis. I don't think anything is close to that, but yeah, I mean, there might be things that we are not even seeing that all of a sudden come out of nowhere. That is like, wait, this random thing just caused major financial concern. One of those things that nobody saw coming was Silicon Valley Bank going bankrupt a couple of years ago. So,
That's a good point.
like those type of events could occur that come out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, when banks were stress tested for those assets, a lot of companies or banks had that same issue as Silicon Valley Bank did, but somehow that resolved itself, and I'm not exactly sure how it got resolved, but it did.
Well, the Fed did step in. They did provide liquidity.
That's right.
Back during that Silicon Valley Bank crisis. They did step in and buy. I don't know. I know they provided liquidity.
Yes, they did
in the overnight funding markets.
But the point was
during that
that,
time.
like, I think the expectation was that for every dollar of assets on these banks' books, those dollars might actually be worth 30 or 40 cents per dollar,
Right.
and
Right.
that never materialized. That was the sort of worst case scenario. That never materialized, because if it would have, then the Fed would have been sitting on these assets that were
Sure.
that had depreciated significantly. So, yeah, some of those things are. What I have learned is that I'm good at finding great companies, and then I look for good prices to enter.
Yes.
and I exit.
And these are giving us
like-
the reasons right now. The war, listen. At the end of the day, to your point earlier, I think this is fundamental. The market has positive drift, right? And the market's always going to be higher later. And if you buy great companies at good prices, they will be higher later in your life. They just will. That's
exactly.
it. That's the thesis right there. Buy great companies. You want to buy them on 30, 40% pullbacks, like a Meta, like an Nvidia, like even Microsoft. All these names, if you've just bought them every time it's touched the 200-day or pulled back 20% in the last 25 years, you've done very, very well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Hamid, I always
Very cool.
always appreciate your time coming on here with us. So once again, here's the profile up here, HAMIDS pretty simple to go find. I also dropped the link in the chat there. There's links right here in his bio, so you can see his portfolio in real time. You can see his performance, his track record, follow along with everything else. Obviously, check out Earnings Hub as well, a tool that Hamid built for all of us. Honestly, it's something that
It's a great product.
It's an amazing product.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank
The AI. Of course, it's got AI. If it didn't have AI, I'm not even interested in it. But you guys had the AI summary before AI really took off. I think you were one of the first people to kind of start getting AI into the investing world. Just to give you the credit that I know you don't take the credit, but I'll give you that credit right there. Also, the Buy Hold Rant podcast, fantastic. Anything else you want to shout out, Hamid, on that? Because I know you do that podcast. You got a lot of great videos and content that go up on your timeline, and I know a lot of people here. I see a lot of thank yous in the chat for your thoughts and your wisdom, sharing that with us today. Anything else that you want to mention before we let you go here?
Appreciate it. Go to the Earnings Hub tab real quick. I'll point out two quick things. One is this new Insights that we have released. So Insights is basically community led. You need to refresh that. Okay. So it's community led. It's basically you can post your insights about a particular company. You can say whether or not you think it's bearish and or bullish on a particular company. You can see like that one is by Shy. There's a few people sharing insights. Anybody can do it. You can go on there and share your insights about companies, and there can be a dialogue as well. People can respond to it. You can respond to them. It's kind of cool. And then speaking of AI, when you are looking at a given stock, one of the cool things that we introduced, so Micron or whatever. So on the tabs there, one of them is SEC filings on the top right. You can kind of see that. So if you go to SEC filings, we have AI summaries of the SEC filings below, like in one-liners as to what they are. But then we also give you more detailed summaries on things like 10Qs, for example, that rather than looking at the SEC filing itself, which we also have in the SEC filings tab, but it's so cumbersome to look through SEC docs that it's kind of a pain in the ass. So you can actually set up alerts so that when these summaries come out or SEC filings come out, it can email you the summaries, which is pretty cool. But anyway, those are two cool features that I thought you guys might like to know about. But thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming on.
It's huge. So many tools, and they keep growing here in Earnings Hub. I mean, one of my favorite ones has always been just the AI summary of the calls. Now we have AI summary of all these SEC filings, make it a lot easier to see different things going on. I love the analyst tab too. I know you didn't mention that one, Hamid, but I love the analyst tab. You go in here and I can just see, look how many people, put out notes on Micron just in the last few days. goodness gracious. Yeah. Everyone in the world talking about
all
Micron.
Major upgrades as well. They're all going from 300s to 500s, it's pretty impressive. 400s to 600s.
600, these are crazy upgrades. Goodness, 350 to 550 at JP Morgan tells you who did it. All those things. So many great stuff, Hamid. Once again, appreciate your time. It's always great chatting with you. I know we'll have you
likewise
on and off here on the stream, over on Stocks and Spaces, everything. Make sure you guys go in, follow Hamid. Hamid, have a great rest of your day. We appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Take care.
Awesome. Take care, Hamid.
Bye, guys.
Market-wise, we did
fill the gap.
I don't know. We filled the gap. We undercut everything. We're at, this is S4 is usually not what you want to see on your chart on the pivot points, but if you had to go long, maybe down here, I could see. I was watching this NDX level, Will. Yeah. And I don't know if we lost Jordan. Okay, I just looked over and I
was looking at the same level. I was hoping you're going to bring that up.
But I saw this, just kind of this summertime area, the 581, and it was a little bit lower, just a little bit lower on NDX and QQQ. QQQ is pretty daggum close. It's probably right in here, honestly. We did hit that kind of next one down, but I don't know. This is you're getting into pretty oversold. Territory. You're down 2% on the day. I don't know.
think you just
There's
got to
an
be
Apple.
Go ahead.
Apple to
Headline.
open up Siri to rival AI assistants and strategy shift. Google getting hit on that headline just a little bit and bought back up. But look at that. Look at Google wick right there. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where we are right now, we're almost 2% in Qs below the 9 period. I mean, your 9 period's all the way up at 588. So
Yeah, that's
a
another
little
thing I look at.
overextended. You know, you're 2%
I'm glad you
away
brought
from
that
it.
up. Anytime you get this extended from, and even if you go like back to the 20 or 21, when you get this far away from it, there's usually some kind of like wipeout snapback. And
Yes.
it worked, and it's on the upside too. I mean, that was, obviously we were an uptrend, so like this part up here. I mean, look how far you got away from the 9, how far you were away from the 20, and a few days later you revisit it. Pretty much any time that happens, anytime you get too far away, you either revisit it or I mean, this was a powerful thing with the tariffs, and even then it just went sideways at least until things caught back up. And then like you can see, like down here a couple times got pretty far away. I mean, right here when you got this far away from everything, you look where you snap back to.
Well, the other thing on Qs on the daily or NDX, we're about to close outside the Bollinger Band again to the downside. And the last time we did that, 3, 4, 5 days ago, we had that big move back up. That was a pretty reflexive rally off that level. So we're right now on NDX on the cash, that Bollinger Band sits about 23,755, and we're currently 60, 70 points below that level. So once you start closing candles outside there, I always look for short-term momentum to either fade or accelerate to some type of ending capitulation type move. Once they kind of get extended, because you're getting outside this move quite a bit.
Just trying to find if a headline was on Netflix right now, because it was ripping. They were talking about it, but I don't see anything. My man in the background, he's not seeing it either on his stuff. So, but yeah,
You know what
Izzy, I see
though?
that.
Pull that up on the daily real quick. It's breaking that short-term downtrend line like perfectly on Netflix. If you just draw a downtrend line right from those highs.
This is the only chart I liked, and you put together a good thesis with this too. But
Look at that. Nice little break over that. See if it can close up and above that, and then you got, what is that, the 21 period above you? I mean, I like it fundamentally. I mean, obviously this thing's been sold since last year, right? And then I think the other concept is, will people buy this, like to your point, because gas prices are high, maybe people aren't going to go out. They're going to be sitting inside maybe a little bit more, not going to travel as much, so maybe they're going to be Netflix binging. I don't know. That'd be my thesis.
I don't know, but I keep looking at this thing, and it's like there's just nothing that really lines up enough for me to like want to do anything here. I know we hit like a minus 1,000 tick again a while ago. About when KC walked back in, he's that tick extension, and my tick gets extended every time I see KC.
I mean, do we just go hit that?
Hey,
go test the
yo.
low at this point? Is that kind of what you see? Like, I don't. 64.73.
Did the chat get paid during lunchtime on those Google puts? Or not Google, Jesus. I was looking at Google chart. On Apple puts? Anyone catch this big old Apple flush with me with those puts, baby? My God. So the sell signal came in at 105. Right there, Evening Star.
Evening Star.
We were in before that, but
multiple rejections. I mean, this one, so you have all this, same area, and then you were trying to like push up, and then like right here, I was just kind of watching this like structure break on that candle too. And if you got short here, you had the Evening Star, you had the candlestick set up, looking for the follow through. You also had tight risk for pretty decent reward because, it just went straight up and sideways, and the market was just falling apart. Frosty Dog caught it. There we go. Izzy, I did see that there was MLB on Netflix yesterday. I actually saw some complaints about it because they didn't have like the score box up there. for some reason at one point. Guys live pitching to a batter and they don't have the strike count on there, but
The
I think
the Apple call credit spread as well is 30%.
I think Google's next level is going to be 270, and then 250. Man, that is the. I don't know. Was it last week or I don't know 2 weeks ago we talked about watch for Google's a Head and Shoulders break. I mean, such a clean setup. Below that 296, you really got some acceleration. And that, my friends, is not a like. There's just nowhere in Google that it's so thin. You know what? You know what Google reminds me of at this point? It looks like Robinhood did 5 months ago. That just like big run up where there was just no structure, and then it kind of chopped sideways and made a new high, and then grinded lower, and then boom. When it breaks, like it's just there's just nothing to catch you.
yeah, and like today, once we started rolling over, there was nothing under here to catch us on. Like what catches you now, especially.
There's just no good.
I
you
mean,
need
other than a headline. Yeah, the headline's
That's
the only
it.
thing, short
Or
coverage
oil
is the only
just
thing that
rugs
catches you.
overnight or something like that's your.
Well, even oil, like, so, I mean, go look at CL. CL's turned around a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
like
it's
I
off
said,
the
I said
highs.
95 and a half, but I mean, that's a reversal setup right here on oil. Look at that 15-minute, KC.
Oh,
Look
which
at that
one?
Evening Star on,
On
CL.
CL.
Look at that Evening Star. Perfect.
Oh yeah. That looks like a short coming.
Get me a little Lucid account here, maybe.
Look at Apple, man. Look, they tried to pop it right there. Now they're gonna sell this thing. Let's go. Oh, where the puts at?
Google, they just clarified the headline that it's completely different from Apple's current deal with them. I don't know. I don't know.
40%. Oh, they're gonna go 300. The ones earlier from $95 on the original trade before the new ones, 95 to 163. Then the current ones for April, 205 to 285 here, 40%.
I mean, gosh.
There's nothing to like.
That's what I'm trying. I mean, Netflix.
God.
What I think it's just been this market is every
remember-
rally's
remember-
giving you an option to sell it.
Strong names,
Cisco.
strong charts.
What's our boy Walmart doing?
Even Walmart's just chilling, sitting on the daily 9 on top of it. It's crazy.
Russ, no, I'm not going to trim the Apple call credit spread. I'm going to continue to swing that for right now. Unless Apple sells down to low of day, under 252, and it goes 50-60%, I'll trim.
Man, they just absolutely murdered the semiconductors today. And the mag names. I mean, mags are down 3%. Semi technology down 2.7. Semis down 4.
So I want to say that this is pretty close to a sell everything day that we talked about.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
And you got oil coming off, and you still got no relief.
I mean, XLE, of course, because oil's up 4.5% today. So
Right.
obviously, that makes sense. But everything else, I mean, they sold off gold, silver. They sold off every indice. They're all your big names. I mean, when Meta's down 8%, most of these names are down. Apple's kind of a safety play. Netflix, you could almost consider, as we were just discussing, kind of a safety play. I mean, there's few things green here and there. some of these names that were just obliterated. I mean, CRM being green, like that doesn't tell me a whole lot. Adobe being green, of course, Adobe's green on on a day like today, right? But
Yeah, like,
crypto
that's the
down
thing, like,
bad.
Intuit, Adobe. I think Intuit was up. Adobe was up. ServiceNow was up a little bit. The software names, other than Microsoft, which continues to look horrendous. They're getting. I think short term they're getting washed out. They're starting. I mean, look, the 4-hour RSI on Microsoft is down at 19. I can't even find the last time it was that low. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Well, it wasn't on the last. This is the lowest 4-hour RSI on Microsoft in 5 years. We go to the daily.
I mean, when's the last time you saw 26? Good graph.
The only argument on that one is you do have, when you look at the RSI from February the 5th on Microsoft, that was lower, down at 2024. So you do have a little bit of a higher
almost-
low, but you need price confirmation for divergence.
Almost every one of these names is like in pretty oversold territory. Doesn't mean it has to bounce, but
Right, they can stay oversold for quite a while.
yeah, they could just slow down, right?
But here we're still like, what's the VIX at? Look at the VIX. It's not like
It's like
racist.
28.
Yeah, but it's not fear. This is just selling. You know what I mean? Anybody that thinks right now that like this is like we're getting this big washout. I mean, yeah, they're selling everything, but the VIX isn't telling you that. The VIX made its high at 35 a couple weeks ago. So when the VIX just stays bid like this, it's more just like orderly selling.
Oh, I gotta make the announcement for the video. Shit. I gotta send it to Jordan too. I forgot I did that last night.
I mean, I'm considering just the long down here on like this new Lucid account that I just bought. Just long here and risk the low, 20, 25, 30 points, and try to see if you can get back to like 920. I'm gonna just try it here, risk about 30 points. What's oil doing?
Oil's
Oh,
just stuck in the
oil's-
mid 94s.
It just dropped though. Elon Musk X restructures ahead of space IPO.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I bought a Lucid account to try it out, so I'm gonna try a long here on that. As soon as I do that, oil starts ripping faces, of course. But I'm just wondering if we can't get back to like a 21 or something. Just get a little bit. We haven't touched the 21 EMA since 11:55. It's almost 2.5 hours. I mean, my base case would be down here. The only thing that stops you is going to be like headlines of some type. And the 30-year at 495 is probably we got to do something to calm down things. I mean, it could go a little bit higher than that, obviously, but they can't let the bond market just blow out here.
It'll get scary if it does.
We also, I mean, we hit IB extensions on everything. We just held it on yes. So
I am currently long.
we'll just try a little long ski here. PayPal headline.
Let's go PayPal. Boom.
Let's see, where did I get in that? 870s. Maybe you can get, yeah, like a 50-point trade somewhere up in here. I don't know. It seems too early in the day, but
1:30. We only got an hour and a half to go.
the other spot I have is that NDX spot I was looking at. Which lower was that? About 100 points lower than where we're currently at. So like 780s. This could just be a day where it just keeps going and it just keeps going.
Well, look at your breath. I mean, what's going to help you here? Nothing. Everything's just. I mean, I'm looking across all the sectors right now. Semis, maybe you get a low at like 380. There's a double bottom potential. Maybe that helps you.
NQ larger time frame, like your 4 hour from here down like another 100 points, like 850, 750. It's a really big spot.
Or do we just go to 64.73 on SPX? That's that low.
Yeah, or do we just go take out that low from
Yep.
what night was that? Sunday night? Can't remember when that was.
That was Monday morning, I think.
Yeah, it was Sunday night into Monday morning. It was like what, a couple hours before the open?
But here's the other problem. 2-year yields back up to almost 4%. I mean, they're just selling the entire curve. There's nowhere to hide anywhere. Normally, you get market volatility, you definitely would see safety into bonds, and you're just not seeing it. You're not even. I mean, the dollar's bid today, but you're not getting it in gold. You're not getting it in dollars. You're not getting it in bonds. You're getting nowhere. The only place to be right now is cash.
Yep. This is not looking good.
Coming down to Monday pre-market low area on Qs before that whole Trump pump thing that happened where it ripped up like 3%. You're sitting on those lows down here.
Yep, I just got stopped out of that little shot I took. We'll wait for lower.
I'm long.
Do I have to long again? Is it just gonna stop me out and go?
No, I don't like it.
I'm just
wouldn't I
slowly
wouldn't trade
scaling
it.
into it with micros.
Yeah, if you want to go in real small size,
Yeah.
God bless. But I think you go to 64.73. I don't see
I
any
don't
reason
even
why
want to
you would
try
stop
my
here.
my funded accounts. I just want to see if I can pass these
Yeah.
Get this Lucid account going.
Look at Meta, 543. If you would have woke up today and said, "Hey, Meta's started at 580, is it going to be 540 today?" Probably not.
Nope.
And this is, I think I said this a few weeks back. I said eventually,
Ooh,
when the
Netflix
real
just got stumped.
when the real selling begins, they start to take the generals out. That's your Google, that's your Metas, that's your Microsofts. I already taken that out. They're eventually going to take Nvidia. It's just a matter of time, and they break that shelf below 169. If they take Nvidia out back to 150s, we get S&P 6,000 probably before this is over.
I bought the Lucid. Oh no. Oh, I bought the Pro account. I thought I bought the Flex account. Dadgummit. All right, well, we're just gonna get a little bit crazy.
That got already rugged.
No, I thought I bought the Flex account, but I guess I clicked on Pro. I just looked over at my dashboard. Was Pro the good one?
I think it's Flex.
I thought
is
Flex was the good one.
I mean, they're both good. I like Flex personally.
Flex is like the top step one. That's the one I was trying to buy.
Yeah.
Son of Satan. All right, well, we're about to get a little bit more degen on this account. I'm just...
Like, I want to see some real selling, and I want to see the long end. I want to see that long bond get bid up. Like, TLT starts to move higher. That tells me that there's fear. There's actual fear coming in because people will eventually go to treasuries. Because if it looks like there's going to be an economic wipeout to some degree, bonds will finally catch a bid, especially on the long end.
You gotta just buy both of these.
I mean, oil is coming in here. I mean, oil back in the low 94s has come off that high. You had a divergent, bearish divergence at the highs there at like 95.70. So if that were to come in another dollar back in the 93s or something, maybe you can get a little pop here.
All right. I just bought so I have a Flex and a Pro.
Let's go.
We're gonna try them both out here. Code Wolf.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like we close at 65.20. That previous low spot. Like that low holds. I don't know why.
Oh, back to my entry. What we doing?
Wow. NYMEX futures on diesel settled $4.28 a gallon on diesel.
Oh, I'm going green. Oh, back to entry. Oh no. Sorry.
Just curious. I'm gonna have to go here in about 50. I gotta go pick my kids up from school. I'm solo dad this week.
I mean, if we get down to the 30s and 20s, that's where get the rest of the ads, but Oh. I still can't. I don't know if Ven's here on the live, but I still can't believe Ven did
So
that.
I think we finally find a market bottom when Microsoft gets to 345. I think that's where we got to go. Whatever that is, wherever the S&P is at that time, I think that's our level. Average price of gas today, $3.99.
You telling me that Canadia's over here helping Iran?
Leave it to them.
Solo dad duties always affect the trading.
Yeah.
It's
They're not
not
here
fun.
today, but gotta go get them at school, and then it's gonna be chaos. Come on, let's just have a little float higher.
Gee, I mean, you're at S4. How much more do you want to go down?
I know, right?
Hey, way outside of norm.
I mean, if Q's wants to sweep 575, that's fine.
Watch
I'll
it.
get my
Watch
heads
it be
in,
a. Watch it be an aftermarket pumper again.
I think it is. It's the reason why I'm scaling into it now. If we just kind of base here and chop into the close, if we do pop up and I get these, these sells and get some green, that's fine. But if we just trickle down lower into the close, I think once market closes, we're going to see a bounce off of those lows again from before that Trump pump.
How about this? How about you want to hear a wild? You go out 50 days. Wow. The 300 puts in Meta are trading for 50 cents 50 days from now.
There's
That's
this question of how much meta do you want to buy if that does happen?
I mean, at 300, I think I'm probably a buyer. How do you not buy the name? What would that even be? How far down would that be?
From here,
300?
it's-
It
where's
says
meta?
Here, I'll do the
another 40%.
43%,
Yeah,
43% lower.
yeah, it's
That's
just
like
rough
down-
math. God.
Can you even imagine?
No,
It was-
I can't.
From all-time highs, it's a 60% move.
It's still crazy to me that Amazon's done nothing.
Do you think? I think the last one to go is when they finally take Nvidia. I think we get the big flush, and they take Nvidia to 150. And when that happens, it's probably somewhat of a bottom somewhere. That's like the only one they haven't ripped that one to shreds yet. You know, it's still in that big balance box, and they've done it to Microsoft. They've done it to Google now. Took the head.
Do you
and
remember
shoulders.
last year? Last year it was Microsoft was like first,
Yep.
and then I think it was like Meta.
Then Meta. Yep.
The last, I mean, Nvidia already had kind of the DeepSeek stuff happening, but Nvidia
But like, look at that
was
shelf.
kind of in the middle of it. But yeah, well, but the thing I was gonna say is like Apple was like the last general that fell, and it was also the last one to rise. And here it is. It's the one holding up the most. So they start selling Apple. That's when you know it's like, okay, here's your shoot down across the board.
Right.
Oil is coming in though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just went green again. Oh,
I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to copy trade on Trade-Evade. Just trade them separately.
You gotta do. You gotta group them. You go to manage groups, and then you pick your accounts, and then put them together, and name it.
Yeah, your account's at the top of the screen. Should be a drop box next to the number.
Yeah, hit manage groups, and then go to drag your accounts over you want to put together.
Oh, I see it.
Can you imagine they come out tomorrow? Oh, okay, we're opening the straights. We got a deal.
Yeah. Straight
Like-
is now fully open.
Straight is open. I told you it was going to be over soon. We're ahead of schedule.
Bunch of panicins.
Yeah. I thought the market would go down way more. Didn't. I'm the
I
best.
told
Dow
you
80,000.
Iran was pounded to shit. He actually said that. I don't know if you guys were here for that. That was crazy. What was the? How did he put it? It was one of the funniest parts of the whole day. Like, the reason they want to make a deal is because they've been beaten to shit. That's the way.
Yeah, that was the best comment.
It's actually what he said. I don't know. There's been so many, whatever, different pieces of things.
I'm going to try to pump Meta off these lows.
Got MU annihilation. Full annihilation.
I'm going out. I'm going to sell them. Selling some more. Selling the 300s.
Amita?
52 cents I just sold them for. 5 lot. Just a little small piece.
What's the RSI out on the weekly? 35?
25 on the daily.
25 on daily, yeah.
I mean, if in 50 days from now, Meta's trading at 300, I don't think I'd be mine. I'll be long there because S&P will be at least 500, 800 points lower. Probably 1,000 or 2,000 points lower.
I'd
Actually.
be interested in selling April 17 puts right here.
The 480s? You could sell into the 480s. I mean, you could do that put spread.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this daily that makes me want to do anything.
I know. And like, what if tomorrow we just gap lower and just keep going down to 6,400? Big negative gamma. That special bounce that we got from Trump the other day was just a big liquidity sweep to sell into again. Oh, it's gonna be over this time. Wrong again.
Yeah, we'll probably get another one.
Yep, they gapped us all the way up there to 66.80. What was
like
that? What was the pump?
We just
They
go
pumped
like a
it to
little.
67.50.
We go slightly lower, right, and then
Pump it, then sell again.
they pump it to slightly lower than it was before. Then they take it slightly lower below that, and then they pump it slightly below the previous low. I mean, it's basic structure right now.
Yeah. Lower lows and higher lows.
Do a $20 wide
Or lower highs, I mean.
put credit spread.
Here, until like that trend line from on the daily SPX, like until you get back above like 6,700 and clear the 21 and try to reclaim that 6720 area, there's nothing but selling. And you don't want to spend, I'll tell you the one thing you don't want to do is we don't want to be spending a bunch of time below the 200. That is much more bearish. Because you start getting a lot of candles closing daily. Like you spend a week or 2 weeks below the 200 period moving average, it creates for more risk off, and then you get CTAs starting to sell that are bearish and everything else. I think I got about 5 minutes, then I gotta just go to the school. I mean, maybe the only thing you got here is oil's coming a little bit off these highs. But even on the daily, oil just looks like all it did was went back, tested the 21, and getting bought back up. That's what I see. And God forbid you get oil above 100 again. What did you see that headline earlier about Iran's preparing 1 million troops? Did you see that?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
I don't know. I saw that. I was like, where is this headline at?
I only saw like one person say it didn't like get. It wasn't like on the main wires, I don't think.
No, it wasn't. But
But I
they're
saw
gonna-
it like floating around.
yeah.
They're gonna wash this out one more time. Yeah, there's no reversal look here yet.
Hmm. Yes. Yes.
I just don't. I don't think what are we even? What are we even holding down here? like it's just. Wow.
I can see clearly now.
Decent amount of size just filled right there. At 23,850. Maybe they are trying to hold it down here.
Long. Long.
I swear there's some people on X that will find a way to bull post no matter what. Here's a guy that's done the right thing all day. Look at that guy.
What's up,
Look at that. Look at that
living,
guy.
living life.
Living the life
up?
like Larry.
It's
What's
at the
up,
bottom,
Frank?
huh? It's right at the. Yeah, I'm talking to the guys.
We're sitting at the low of days, Frank. There's nothing that holds you here other than just being oversold.
Yeah, there's no reason to touch this thing. It's going to close there too. Probably rallies a little tonight. You know.
If anything, it rallies here into power hour and it's a sell probably right back down to here.
Yeah. Yep.
But
I'm
pull it out of
long.
your playbook. Yeah, I think you probably get like a 60, 70 point bounce first.
I'm green right here again, but I need more than this.
Oh,
Looking
Where
for
are you,
what we
Frank?
got 12 minutes.
Down in
Florida?
Palm Beach, yeah.
Palm Beach, nice.
Yeah.
That's the that's the best trade you've made today for sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't have internet either, so
Once this thing started rolling over today, it was
there was some
No.
great sales up higher. Oh,
no bueno. Yeah, I know. I should have flipped and got on the other side.
Oh, we shorted the top this morning, Frank.
yeah. I mean, oil had that one pullback, and it's been strong ever since.
Yeah.
Any
If
news
you-
or just no news?
Well, Trump talked for like an hour and a half, and they didn't say anything like he seemed like he was in a foul mood. I mean, he was basically just talking shit to them. We did have there is an actual 15-point proposal. There is some type of negotiations going on. So like that part got confirmed. That's the only like shred of good news. There hasn't really been bad news, but it's like news wasn't good enough to calm any fears that this was going to end.
Right.
Connie. Plus, like once we started to roll over, I mean, we had the big pump, whatever, on Monday morning. Once we started to roll over, it was just, you know, lower highs. We took out the support, and there was a volume gap underneath.
Well, we haven't
once-
traded the Sunday overnight lows yet, right?
No, there's still 100 points
100
from where we
points to
currently
go.
are.
Yeah.
About 70 from where we stopped.
Oh, what are we gonna do here?
Let's bounce it to the 21.
It pops up another 10 to 15 points. It's gonna lock in some gains, and then I'm not gonna let it go red after that.
This headline, Troy, did come out just a little bit ago. Microsoft suspending hiring. It was in their cloud and sales division. I did hear that one. Oh yeah, Frank, have you seen Meta?
No.
Dead.
Down
Look at-
8%.
Oh my God.
It's bad.
543 at the low. It closed yesterday at 594.
Ooh.
Nvidia's down 3.5 at the bottom of its range. Google's down 3.25. Come on, Casey. Let's get that 21.
Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later.
Thanks for stopping by, Frank. Enjoy.
Later, Frank.
You got it, Baz.
I'm trying to be like Frank when I grow up.
Yeah.
Order filled. Boom.
Already?
Yup. Got the ads in down there. Got a better average. That's my first one right there. First spot. Order filled. Both.
Oh, is SPX gonna get smacked right here?
This would be the back test, but they would continue to stall it or just slam it back down before going.
Can we go up 10 more points and back test the gap?
Yeah, if it goes up closer to 900, I'll be out. Majority stop moved up. Goes back under like 65. I'll say no, and then I'll just re-enter on a lower low. So your previous 15-minute on Qs closed with a green inverted hammer down at the area of support. Your previous 10-minute closed with a very, very strong wick, little hammer there, and now getting the pop back up to almost your 10-minute 9 up in this area. So reason for the long, reason for the trim right here. But if they just stuff it and chop it, then I'll get in cheaper, lower again. But we are just stacking up the Lucid account right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not full porting this account. I'm like actually trading it like you're supposed to.
Yeah, well, naturally.
So far, we are on day number 4 with $2,200 profit.
I saw
Or-
that. I saw that little calendar you sent out.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see.
It's looking good. Just making this one consistent. Monday, 322. Tuesday, 670. Yesterday, about 490. Today, 680. So I can fuck around tomorrow on Friday, make $800 and be good and done with this one. But now that I say it out loud, it's probably not a good idea.
Pretty lame bounce. That was a big rejection. Oh, yeah. I trade so differently in markets like this. I mean, some days, like, I get a decent read, but like I have to trade so much more scalpy than like the normal, like work into a position and take it for a decent ride. Yeah, I don't even want to I mean, I took a couple trades earlier. I don't even want to touch like funded accounts today at this point. And that's just based on where we're at. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere.
I find that trading options early in the morning is your best bet, and then the rest of the day is futures.
50-week simple moving average on the NASDAQ.
So like the first 2 hours of the day, you'll catch your large move on SPY and Qs. Your options get paid. After that, it's like just do futures. Volume just dries up.
Yep. I can't wait to like have a decent market for options swings again.
I said it this morning. I think that like me swing trading that much, I think I'm still gonna dial it back. The day trading and the scalping has been 10x versus trying to swing in this kind of market right now.
Well, we're still holding. Do a quick sponsor shout out. We do this live for free all day, every day for you guys. Today, sponsored by YieldMax. Big shout out to YieldMax, creators of option income ETFs built for investors who want weekly cash flow while remaining exposed to the stocks they care about. Especially if you're looking to pick up exposure. Be very, very interesting. There's a whole lot of different ones. BIGYSOXY. That's the semiconductor one. Absolutely beaten up today. Could be something to look at if you are interested in income, like target income producing ETFs. Definitely check out YieldMax. Go to yieldmax.com. There it is right there on your screen. YieldMaxETFs, check out the different products and stuff they have. Make sure you do the due diligence. They do have an entire education center here if you are interested, but I do appreciate YieldMax for sponsoring the stream so that we can do this live for free. Every day. Wow.
All day.
The market's open. The market's open. We're pretty much here. Obviously, every once in a while I had to travel or some family thing, but I don't know. I've been streaming since... When did I start streaming every day? Back in like September, maybe? Somewhere around there. I've basically been streaming every morning, September, October. Only missed a couple, probably a handful of days for travel. And usually it was work-related travel. Hell, I was rally puking on here one day. Boy, is that all we're gonna get? They're gonna make me trim for nothing. Surely we can at least pop up into that 21, right? Would I live in PR? I probably would. I don't know if the if I could convince the family to do that, but the I like PR. PR is not as, I mean, if you're coming from New York or Miami or LA, it's probably advantageous. I mean, the tax stuff obviously is advantageous, but the like the cost of living's still pretty elevated just compared to what, like, to what's normal to me, and then obviously compared to what I have here, it's a different world. I mean, is anything even bouncing off the low? No. Google had the headline. No. Not really. Broadcom kind of. Tesla new low. Looks like just a fade. Wonder if we get like we had, was it like Friday or whatever, where everything just died. $50. Yep, there she goes. 25. Just partially filled my break-even stop. That's crazy. Microsoft's about to make a new low. Is oil still ripping? Because Exxon's making a new high. Oh, oil's bouncing. If anything, I'm tempted to just like full port short this thing for another leg down. I thought we could at least get back up into the 21, but SPX, I mean, that 6,500 broke it, rejected it 4 times. Not good.
Bubba. $640, 645, 644.72 area on SPY. We start to break down. That'll be your lower low.
I think this may go down that other 70 points on NQ unless it just magically does something right here. I don't see it happening. Mikey B, there you go.
Oh, Mikey B. I know that name. Let's go, Mikey B. Been sitting in SPY puts all day. Dude, we shorted the top. Great job, Mikey B.
Go ahead and extend this thing. Power hour new.
Up 177%. Damn, son. Damn, son. Where'd you find that?
So we got a new low on SPY and we didn't get one on Q's.
Q's, nah. On
Here she
Meta
comes.
shares? I don't know.
There it is.
Give me like 500 to 480.
There you go. Fall apart. ES is still much higher. And you filled in all that, that pumper candle.
Yeah, the next spot downside I have is 6523.75, which should line up where SPY hits at 644.72.
Why is IWM still up here so far?
Ooh, Evan says we should give away another account. I think we should.
How do you want to give it away tomorrow?
Evan, do you know of a good website that like does a randomizer using YouTube chat?
Just give it to somebody right now to full port. What time does the oh yeah, basketball is gonna start.
Closest to the pin on SPX today.
Ooh. Closest to the I kind of like that actually. Fenster said randomize this. Maybe we do a closest to the pin tomorrow. But we do it like in the first like hour. Just to make it difficult. Stole that shit.
Stole that shit.
Bro, there's somebody like trying to get our attention on the live stream, but like not in the live chat. They're in the comments of the.
For real?
Yeah, I don't know what they're quite saying. Something about Microsoft. I don't know. And Meta.
I don't even know where you see that.
I don't know.
There's a comment section,
Yeah.
but it was just a live chat. Hey,
Or no. No, this is on.
Or
They're
on
commenting
yesterday's?
on yesterday's stream. Sorry. Isn't that weird? So funny.
Sitting here watching this is so painful. Knowing that I should have just flipped short up here.
Hey, shout out to Ven for $10,000 profit within the last week.
Yeah.
Ven, I guess I'll say it publicly. Ven had a really, really good week. I mean, almost $10,000. And I have a tip jar in my freaking Discord just for shits and giggles. And Ven put a tip jar in Casey today because he's been
Let's
using the new indicators that we released, and it said it helped him find his edge in the market, which led to that $10,000 profit for the week. So
Let's go.
it's fucking incredible. I appreciate you, Ven. That's amazing gains for a week. Absolutely insane, dude.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, make sure you do remove all of the indicators and re-add them onto your screen. You'll see the little purple icon on TradingView. Make sure you update all the scripts.
I need to do that for a bunch of mine. I just hate when it updates and I have to go like redo the settings. Real quiet this afternoon too.
Meta calls coming in a little bit. There's also a buy signal from the indicator at 2:35, a little bit ago. You're going to see a little Morningstar reversal, 5-minute. Starting to get a little poppy up here.
No way we're gonna do this right now. Right here.
Meta has had 4 signals today. A sell, a sell, a sell, and a buy. And it's 4 for 4 like Wendy's. Gotta update it, don't I? Here.
Let's see. Time's the first game start today? 5:30? 5:30 my time? Or is this Eastern time?
Why did the stop loss line change? I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, what the fuck? Why is that different? Oh, they're push the update back.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Should have watched the should have watched baseball instead of this.
Go look at the code. Motherfucker.
Bro, there's no way. There's just like randomly bouncing in the middle of nowhere right now.
Tell me I gotta go push another update on this. AI can take some jobs, but it can't take all of them because it still fucks up.
I guess we hit a weekly level there on QQQ.
How do I think I can restore that, can I?
I don't know if this isn't a morning star until this candle closes up. Honestly, I mean, it could be a reversal. It could be the little. But you need to like engulf that. I don't like.
It's
Ooh.
EDR trailing stop. Oh, this one.
Tradeovate on TradingView went down for you.
Let's go ask AI.
Ask AI how to fix AI.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, I guess. Oh no, I'm getting hungry.
Did the trailing stop loss line change. 1, 2, 2.
Meta is getting a little bit of continuation. Nvidia maybe turn around there. Some signs of life across the market. Trump's going to speak at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Ugh. What's it mean when Valdi is selling when the market is going up? Usually not good. Ugh, smacked. Boy, there's just nothing going on here.
Quiet.
What's for lunch? That's I mean, goodness gracious.
I made some white cheddar mac and cheese.
I thought you were gonna say popcorn for a second. I was
I might make some more.
Did you put any meat in there? Or you just
I didn't, but I have beef lo mein also in the fridge from last night that I'm probably gonna warm up soon.
Ooh.
I usually put some bacon bits in there.
That would be
but I was just
that'd
too
be a
lazy
move.
earlier.
heat up that beef and drop it in the mac and cheese.
Beef lo mein.
Chicken bakes for lunch? No.
I
No, sir.
wish. I wish.
absolute torture watching this. RSP is really not that oversold yet. What if IGV is an inverse head and shoulders? Doom, doom, doom. New low, slightly.
NQ took it.
Stupid Valdi is not working on TradingView again. Ding, 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 ding. There's like no volume really. I mean, there's some like 10 lots, 20 lots here and there, but like Will said earlier, it's just orderly.
How do you
Oh,
right
Jordy.
click on an Apple mouse? You can't. Well, you can. It's just you got to really push it over on that side. Or
No,
use
yeah, you can.
control click. Use
So-
control click.
No, Tommy, you have to go to the settings.
Yeah, you might have to turn it on.
You have to turn it on.
Control click always works though.
Go to your settings, go down to mouse. So like go to your settings on your Mac, go all the way down to mouse. And then there's one that says secondary click, click right side. Do we even have back to September NFP low? Where's QQQ? Oh, there's your next target. I regret not taking a nap right now. I mean, there's been no real bounce. I mean, that 130-minute candle tried to. Whoa. All right, that was a big order that just filled. We should have known when Kramer was being bullish last night. Somebody filled 130 lots there. He's an angry elf. I saw Tommy. I saw that too. Crazy. Some people just suck. That's what I always say. Buy single on the 15. If you wick down to the same spot,
Let's go pro fast.
Bing bang.
oh, pro fast.
Shout out to boy.
Here we go, new lows. What do you guys have on ES right here? Oh, the fair value gap.
Oh, we did hit the bottom of one on ES 6530. NQ, same thing. We're through it.
Yeah, we went straight through it. Sweeping hourly lows, everything here on NQ. Almost everything. Previous week low on tap. Previous week gap just filled though. Oh, I forgot to plug in my headphones.
Uh-oh. Back from school. Holy smokes. Whoa. What happened here?
They're smoking it.
Nothing left in this market. Go ahead. Go get one.
Oh, did my mouse just die?
Weren't we talking about that earlier?
Dude, no way my mouse just died.
Is it an Apple mouse?
Yeah.
That's cooked.
The stupid ass.
Yeah. Yeah, plug
Plug
that
it
shit
Really
in.
gonna close it down here, you think? They got to. They're gonna close it at the lows. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. The only bounce you got is what? Meta? Meta little bounce. Microsoft's going bankrupt probably by tomorrow. Tessie not looking good. What a great short that was yesterday at the 396. Oh. You think Nvidia can just hold it up here at that 171?
I mean, if I had to put my chips on something holding, it would be Nvidia.
So I think that's your only shot. I guess you got this low right here in ES, right? From the pump on, was that Tuesday?
Yeah, yes is lagging. David, that headline came out a couple hours ago. Microsoft, what was it? Cloud and sales groups freezing hiring per the information. I gotta use this stupid ass trackpad. God.
Mouse really died. We were talking about how you were
Dude, my
saying that
mouse
earlier.
just died. My mouse just died.
You were like, it's terrible if you're in the middle of a trade and your mouse dies.
I'm not in a trade at least, but
That's good.
God.
That's a scary market.
IGV is only down 0.5% today.
Yeah, it's interesting, these software names. With Microsoft being so weak, you would expect it to be down further.
I mean, market's down more than Microsoft's down, though.
Yeah. Meta and Google are off the lows.
Yeah,
Meta
we
went all
saw
the way down
Meta.
543. Zuckerberg's feeling some pain today on that downdraft.
I don't know. He just got that new options, pay package
Yeah.
or whatever that.
Yeah, for this whole
Big
like
package with
for the whole
options.
executive team. Yeah.
Yeah, good day to start picking those up.
It's like getting long at the top. Like, all right, we're gonna do this comp package at the stock 750, and then it gets sawed in half. In half.
It's like, hey, go ahead. Stock's down 40%. Let's go ahead and do some stock options for our employees. Dude, they cannot. It's like-
There's no bounce in sight.
No. Like it won't even like just fall apart to give a chance for like a scalp trade.
Here's the crazy part: the banks really aren't that weak either. You know, like it's just tech. They're just drilling tech across the board. I mean, techs, industrials, but like banks are only down 60 base. I mean, it's not that much. Not like at new lows like everything else. But you're not going anywhere when the mag names are down 3% as a group. That's your killer. Not good. You know what's another one that doesn't look good today? Ondas. Not looking good on that one.
Oof.
Down 9%.
Oof. See, it's $7.
Yep. Hey, pull up the pull up the MAGS ETF. Look at where we are. I think it's interesting on the daily, and look left into those highs. Look like we're starting to get into these. Yeah, right there. I don't know. Trying to be constructive about something.
Shit. In the words of your president,
It's a bag of shit. Is that what you're gonna say?
his market's been beaten to shit.
I don't even think it's here. The MAGS ETF is down 17% from the highs. Almost bear market territory. All right. I'm going to give you maybe a little. You want a glimmer of hope?
Yes, because I'm just curious where you're gonna find this.
Go check out HYG and go to the hourly. Credit never made it. Basically, like it's like a double bottom. Wicked lower, but closing at the lows. I would want to see high yield like making lows along with the market to go lower. Like if this doesn't make a lower low tomorrow or something like that, like if this stays above that low, I'd keep that in the back of my narrative for being short down here, because you really on the 4 hour you got a nice doji, and on the daily you're closing kind of an equal low. So I don't know, maybe that's constructive kind of.
Obliterated. That is the right word. How far are we down at this point?
I think 7, 8,
Like to
9%
7%?
in Qs, or 8%.
7.4. $9.8.
Trim up Apple, my
Almost.
friends. Trim it up. Trim it up in swing runners for glory. Yeah. Oh my God. $105 per contract gain.
Just
They
went
just
red.
knifed it.
Just went
Oh my
red.
God. We're fucking printing. Oh shit, I was muted on Discord. Trim Apple, motherfuckers! Trim Apple! $105 per contract gain. Trim that shit.
Troy, are you looking at that breath? Bread. Hold on. Breath. I can't say that word. Breath thrust.
I'm gonna give you some bread thrust.
Boy, that will. My mouth does not like that word.
All right,
Don't
runners
take a
only.
really good time.
Swang.
Why does it just have to be so slow, though?
No, how's the volume today?
Overall,
Yeah, just curious what the volume looks like. High,
Gosh.
yeah, higher than the last 2 days.
higher than normal.
Dang.
15 minutes left. That's on cues.
But look, not as high as Monday. Look how much higher Monday was.
Spies is different. Look at Spies. It's kind of falling price, falling volume.
Which is not indicative of a decisive move lower. When you got volume that's coming down as you're moving down, you should see it like Monday, where that you see that big red candle on Monday, like that.
Yeah.
Not falling volume into a down tape. That's usually a little bit of a exhaustion type signal, or can be. Same with Qs.
Apple call credit spread also up 50%.
3 days of
Rugging.
dude. It just that Bollinger Band.
They're gonna go test the 74, and I think you try to buy it. It's 5 points away. What do you got to lose? They just rip through it? I don't know. Maybe.
The volume is increasing right now on QQQ. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, Trump said it. He thought the market would be down more, and he's getting it right now.
Yeah. Trump, what do you thought the market would be down more?
Well, it is now.
Thanks, bud.
Johnny.
Hope you find your dad.
Just a complete wipeout.
I mean, is there any chance
They save it by tomorrow.
that there's a buy on the on the MOC?
Maybe. I'm gonna try and. I mean, I'm gonna try and buy the low for a float higher, if I can get it.
I've been waiting on this NDX level. Where's SPX at? Nowhere.
SPX that low is 64.73.52. It is
Oh wait,
5 points away from pure destruction.
we're kind of on that other one.
I don't really think my AMDG is doing so hot today. It was great yesterday.
We just stop right here would be crazy.
I think we got
Just-
one little push down, and then you're gonna have people that are probably gonna try to get, maybe not. I think they want to go home short after being down this much. And here, oil came off 95.
Yeah, oil's been dropping. They've just been selling everything.
I'm gonna try and get long, like in the low 20s, if I can get it in ES. I ain't scared.
I've been waiting on this like 590 on NDX all day. Well, not all day, but since we broke the second time.
Do you try to buy 770s? Another 30 points down, little flash crash, and then buy them up. Putting limits down there in case we get there.
Come on, just knife, knife. Get away from everything.
All right, icing on the cake would be that Marvell breaks 97.25 before the close and flushes down, and I get another trim, and I'll swing that one too. Apple's free.
Take no prisoners, Donald Trump. He wanted the stock market lower. He's getting it, baby. I mean,
get
is
this-
he just literally trying to cause a freaking financial crisis? Is that the goal here? Because that's what they're going to do. They keep this up for another month. Or they're just trying to blow off the froth and then get the big reason to cut rates. I gotta try a little starter here. I just gotta do it. Just a micro. Fill the 26.5. I'll add down there in the low 20s if we go there. It's running out of time. Let me tell you something, Casey. I got some iron condors right now that are on the brink of disaster. That I let it. I got sucked in, and then I sold some calls above it to try to hedge them out, but I didn't get enough of them. Rolled them down,
They're trying to suck me in on this candle. It didn't quite get to my level, but
and then they're gonna blast it one more time. You think? Here's MOC, so it's watch it be all sell side. We don't need that.
we're down 10% now, aren't we?
Is that it?
I think we are.
SPX or NQ? You're saying NDX?
I think NDX is down 10%.
Official correction.
Hold on, I can't.
Here I
Oh,
got
we're
it.
at MOC already?
Yeah, that's what I was watching.
Daggone, where'd the day go?
This goes buy side.
I'm like
Netflix is
9.85%. We're
buy side.
close. Buy side?
There's only a couple names on here. There's no big names on here.
That's not what I was hoping for. I think they're going to close it at the lows. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. Yeah, they're going to close it right underneath us. No reason to close it any higher. They're going to close it right at that 64.73.
Buckets. Kobe.
This was a trending day down. Sell every rally all day. If you look at the 10-minute, every time we touch the 10-minute 9, we just sold all day long. Every single touch.
You touch it, I touch it, we both touch it.
And every time we did it, we got a hidden bearish divergence for continuation. Every single time. Crazy.
Is cybersecurity the only thing that's up?
CrowdStrike.
Cybersecurity. Metaphor for four like Wendy's. Wendy's.
I mean, the only thing
Wendy's?
that's not that bad is the banks. Why are the banks holding up?
Because they already
Why?
got decimated. Same with software.
Yeah, probably a good point.
Ooh, Nike explosive trade, $52 calls for tomorrow. What? Who in their right mind? Why? Nike is what? Jesus. Bro, Nike's coming back to 2016, 2017 lows right now.
Yep. Did
Dang.
you see
I
On
mean-
On got smoked today?
ON.
Big
Ugh.
old smoke and a
There's a
pancake.
gap to fill right here. Down to 31.16, another dollar.
I'm telling you, futures are going right to that low. Look at NQ. It's going to go like 770.
I still think we go to that
Blast it.
645, 644.72 on SPY.
5
Then
points
recover
away
after
from
the
where
hours.
they're just gonna finish right there, aren't they?
ES is almost at the level 2, 65.23.
You said no one with money buys Nike.
Right. NQ
Every-
is
every NBA player wears
23.772.
Not everyone, but off the court they do.
I want to buy this NQ low if we can get it.
Oh man,
I've
what's
just
my
been
count
staring at
now?
this level, waiting on it, and waiting and waiting and waiting.
What NQ? What are you looking at? 770s?
It's 590 on NDX. Right here-ish.
790s?
Well, I just passed 150K account today. Now I got to go pay the activation fee. Fuck you.
Come down here.
Right here.
Go. Flash it.
You know what? This 150K, I'm gonna fund
Here
it,
it
but this
comes.
is gonna be
Here
my
it comes.
full port one. It's gonna be my full port account.
All right, I'm in a small one. Got filled at 86.50. Filled 83.
I still need to come lower to the 70s.
Yeah, I want to get like 75, but I need some starters. Oh, got him.
772.75 is the low before the Trump pump.
I just got in at 77.50s. Come on, hit us with the pump right here, or just drill it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try long here.
Oh man, RatingView signed me out of my Tradeovate. Wait, it says that I haven't pulled up in another one. Where am I logged in at to trade this shit? What? Oh, I'm logged in over here. Score.
I know. I hate that. Sometimes I'm logged in at a different screen. I got
think
in.
it glitched.
Come on, I need a 5-minute pumperoo. At least back to 6,500. Make me at least. That's such a.
Trump
violent
speaks
close.
at 4.
Oh my God! Don't watch him just rip it. He
After
looked at the
What?
market after. He's like, "Oh man, oil's too high. Rates are too high." Watch him come in and pump it and then after the close.
I hope so. That'd be sick. Oh,
Here
come
you
on.
go, Will. Here you go.
Come on.
Yeah, that was a spot 770s. My average is 78, and then
See if we can reclaim 800.
Can we
Or
get
at
a
least
headline?
back up there.
Dude, that would be so good if we got the headline.
Oh, 96, 97. Come on.
Oh,
I
take it
trimmed
back
one.
to 820.
Give them
Yeah.
800 real quick and then just
There's a
rip.
trim at 96.
Let's sit here and watch it go down 500 points just to catch 40 points off the bottom.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
like
think
a
after
loser.
hours, man. I mean, you could see this thing 200 points
No,
higher.
we
from
should have
here.
been selling rallies all day. We said it this morning.
Yeah, I missed. I fumbled today.
You know what? I hate that I didn't. I said this earlier. It's like I don't want to be short with so much headline risk because you have a point like the other day where all of a sudden you're up, 60 handles and 2 candles and you're cooked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll take this little 35 point, 40 point bounce. Hey,
Come
as
on,
long as it's
Marvell. Just sell it. You got 2 minutes. Go get down there.
good. Don't just close me at like 90. Don't crush me all the way.
Where the Marvell's
my
sitting at.
I have 2 short strike iron condors that I'm sitting at 90 is one of them, and the other one's 80 or 75.
340.
Need a little help here, the market gods. This one's on the brink of disaster. What's break even here?
It's
82.
crazy that I'm long at 781.
You think you'd be saying that today?
No.
Me neither. But you have to long it against that. I mean, I don't know how you don't. Against that lower candle, you have to. You gotta
I
try
don't
it.
like that we stopped right above that other low, but on NDX we hit what I wanted to on the daily.
Yeah, for sure.
Right here. This was that high end of July.
Yep. That flash down
July's
from
monthly
July
high.
31st. No, come higher.
And we hit it on QQQ as well. SPY, on the other hand,
They're gonna close it at the lows, aren't they? Yeah. And then they're gonna pump them after hours. I knew it. I said it too. I said it earlier. Don't do it to me.
dude, you can't even buy leaps right now. Trump is at a
Swing
Greek
half of that
Independence
market.
Day? The f-
Yeah,
Watch
they're
them-
gonna close
watch
it.
them- they're gonna
right
wick. You're gonna
at
wick.
73
There's just a full round trip from
Monday.
Monday morning.
Monday morning. They're gonna close it right at 74. Watch.
There we go.
Oh.
Bounce, bounce,
Oh.
bounce.
More. Oh, I had it limited at 1950. It didn't get it on ES on another account.
God, I got family over, but I kind of want to see what Trump's going to say here.
Yeah, tell your family they gotta wait. We got business to conduct.
I just don't know if he's. I don't know if he's gonna say anything.
Oh wow, it's getting spicy here.
Did we close at 645 on SPY?
Yes.
What was the close?
45.10.
45.10. Ugh.
77.08. Oh, just enough to do some
Insane.
damage. Well, that's what you get.
They may keep rugging this after hours. What the hell can he say now that he didn't say in the cabinet meeting earlier? Unless he walked out and saw how how the bond market took it.
Yeah.
All right.
He might have walked out and been like, man, this is getting serious.
The problem is I would try to stay live for Trump, but it could be another 50 minutes or longer.
When does he come on? 4 o'clock, you said, right? No?
I don't know. This is an actual scheduled thing. Like an event, but you just never know. Scheduled to start at 4 p.m. Eastern, so you know what that means with Trump.
Yep. I don't know. I think the this curve flattening is scaring me a little bit, like big picture. This flattening the curve is not good, like for the economy. You don't want to see that. All right, well, a little destruction on the account for the options. We'll have to make that up. That one was a test.
I love the Greeks, especially Theta.
Yeah.
What a quote! What a quote, John. That's great. Dude, what if he comes out right now? He says this is a great time to buy.
Oh my god.
This looks like it's gonna go lower.
Where's Rizzo? We need him to get in here and pump this.
Dude, he's been in the hospital.
Oh really? What really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, some kind of he's some kind of like allergic reaction or something. I don't know.
Wow.
He was supposed to be going on vacation this week and he ended up in the hospital.
Not good. Trump is on at 5 Eastern. Okay, so it's a little while.
Oof, yeah, it's an hour.
Yeah. I'm headed out, guys.
Sounds good, Casey.
Later. Incredible day. Amazing week. FAFO Friday tomorrow. I'll catch you guys in the morning.
See you in the
Later.
morning. Everybody, make sure you're liking the stream.
Hit the bell icon.
FAFO Friday tomorrow.
Ugh.
This week flew by.
I don't even know what. Yeah.
Close at the lows going into FAFO Friday.
Not good.
Gap up and run.
I mean, that's what you can hope. I mean, you need something. You don't get it. It's gap down and go.
Yeah.
I think puts were the. I mean, I closed a lot of my longer term shorts. Oh, what was that? Order filled. That's not a good sign.
That was your 1950 there.
Yeah, there it was. I gotta get out of this. I don't even know what I have on in this account. Oh. I mean, you're right at that NQ low. Right to it.
All right, I'm shutting her down. Team, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bing bang. Oh, I like the werewolf.
There we go. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Next support for Spy.